Would help if I unmute myself. Just sharing out, guys. Oh, actually, I've got to do something else as well. Give me 2 seconds. Who to share it to? Why haven't I got that one? Diamond Divinity posted. Okay, done. Done. Just have to close the curtain, I think. That's better. Now I'm way away. All right, so there's nobody here yet, so there's no point in me talking to myself, so I will just hang back and wait for people to start rolling in. And with that, I better pin a comment. And the comment's gone. No banner. Save. Stream. Paste. Pop it in there. And wait for it to come up here. Hey, Ellie, how are you? You're our first person in. Always takes a little while for the live to get going for some reason, and I have no idea why. How are you, Ellie? Just have to pin this, so give me a second. And then, Ellie, can you tell me if this comment that I've just pinned is actually pinned? Just let me know if it's pinned at the bottom of the chat. Pretty sure it is. How's your day been, Ellie? Hi, Michelle. How are you doing? Might do something just a little bit different tonight and see how we go. How are you, Michelle? I'm feeling lost and feeling lost without my child. Oh, you poor thing. It must be really hard for you, especially at this time of the year, Michelle. I can only imagine how you're feeling. Lost and Alone, which is the card that I've drawn for you. It's the 10 of Wands, and it's to do with home and children. Just feels like you're carrying a really heavy load. Not a good place to be in. Hi, Marie. How are you? Michelle, do you have any idea when you're going to see your children again? I miss her so very much. When do you think you'll see her again? Very distressing for you, this. This is very distressing. See my older daughter tomorrow. And what about the, okay, so you miss her very much. Your older daughter is how old, and how old is your youngest? The one that you don't see or that you don't have? So don't forget, people, if you would like an in-depth reading or a mini reading, which reminds me, I haven't put that up yet either. I'll just put that back up there so that people can see it. If you would like your reading, you can pop in a donation. It doesn't necessarily have to be exactly those amounts if you're struggling, but just be aware that you will get both readers. I'm spending the day with my oldest, my youngest. That must be just absolutely devastating for you. Absolutely devastating. Can't even imagine. And I do apologise, Michelle, for forgetting all of these things. Whenever I talk to you, you always say that you miss your daughter. And I always, and I'm so sorry. This must be really heartbreaking for you. Your youngest was bullied. And she just feels she couldn't cope with this world anymore. She just felt she couldn't cope with this world anymore. Michelle, there is a bear or a doll or something, a toy that she used to have that she was like always had with her. And they're saying that sometimes you can still smell her through that. She was so special, a gentle soul. Yes, and sometimes it's the gentlest souls are the ones that just can't seem to make it through this world. It's harsh here in 3D. It really is a harsh place to grow up into and learn the life lessons. And, you know, I actually believe that she is okay where she is. And I know that sounds generic, but she is okay where she is. She just needs to understand what happened. I sleep with her bear every night. Okay, so that's what I'm picking up then. It was some sort of special bear. And it's very comforting. It's almost like she's parked herself cross-legged at the base of your bed. She is at peace. Yes, she is at peace. I just see her at the bottom of your bed, cross-legged. saying, I'm okay. It's her bear. She had that from a baby. Yeah. It must help you to talk about it, Michelle, and there are people around you that that my guides are saying don't want to talk about it because they don't want to upset you. They feel that it perhaps is the wrong thing to do. But I'm quite okay talking to you about this if it makes you, if it lightens your load just a little bit, just for a little while. Got to be so hard though, so hard. Feel her around me every day. Yeah, just really harsh. It's a harsh lesson. It's a hard life for you, Michelle, to wade through all the emotions, to feel what you're feeling, just to get through one day at a time or 1 minute at a time feels really hard for you. I've lost friends because of it. She was a good girl wanting to just be herself. And that's all she was wanting. And, you know, if you've lost friends through this, Michelle, they weren't meant to be on your journey with you moving forward. Oh, Lockie, you've got the sun coming in.
I was going to close it. It's bright.
Oh, is it too bright for you?
A little bit. I was going to close it just a little bit, but yeah.
I actually think it looks good because it's coming in on you.
Right.
But if it's too much, if it's too much, just go and shut it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michelle, they're just not meant to be there with you, all right? Michelle and I were just talking about, you know, because she lost her little girl in last July, and I feel her sleeping against me most nights. Yeah, she lost her to, I think her little girl took her life. She said she hanged herself.
I'm sorry to hear about that.
Yeah. But I think Michelle just sometimes needs to talk about it. So, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And, you know, on occasions, I forget what people have actually said to me. That doesn't minimize the pain that they're going through. But yeah, this July, I cut her off. Oh, okay, you cut her off the tree. Yeah.
It's really hard. I feel sounds weird, but I've noticed whenever I'm having such a hard time, talking about it to the point I get sick of talking about it helps me in some way. So
yes,
I talk about it to the point I'm like, far out, I got to stop talking about it. You know, it tends to heal, even like it does. It does.
Yeah, it does. It is healing, and you know, if it helps you, Michelle, we will just talk about it. Because at the moment there's somebody else sitting in the background there, but whoever that is, come say hello. Sue McDonald, come and say hello. Come say hello.
She would understand this heat. I'm sure she would. She would be understanding this heat as well. I'm sure she would.
Who's that?
Sue.
Oh, Sue. So she's up in Queensland.
If it's the right one I'm thinking of, I'm pretty sure she was closer up my way.
Okay.
And it's hot. It's almost like 40 degrees. It's hot.
Oh my God. That's horrible.
It's really bad. It's really, really bad.
Get out there. You just wouldn't be able to get out there, and that's got to be a hard thing for you.
Oh, well, it feels like, because my nerves play up as soon as I hit sunlight. It's just like, like the heat just affects my nerves. Yeah, hot and sweaty and ugh.
Yeah, I don't like getting hot and sweaty. I don't like doing that.
No. Too hot, you can't even have a shower without coming out sweating. Like, it's that hot.
Oh, so do you have cold showers?
Yeah, but you still come out sweating. Like, it's just hot. Pure hot.
It's got to be the humidity.
Yeah, the air. Yeah. It's just the air. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. It's very hot today. Michelle, I did ask you before, I think, where are you from, Michelle? I'm here in Victoria. It's only 20 degrees, which is really nice. I've actually been able to sit out on my back veranda. Hey, Simone, how are you? Hi, Samantha. How are you? Come say hello. Don't forget to like the live. I know most of you are following our pages now. Queensland. Are you up in the Brizzy area, Michelle? In the bottom of the chat, you will see a pinned message, 38. I think that's what Lockie said. It's almost 40. So, wow, you guys, there's no way. I'm kind of glad in a way that I didn't move up to Queensland. And if I did, I would not be up that high. Hey, Vanessa, how are you? How you doing? Come talk with us. Come chat with us. Have a reading if you'd like. Might take a little while for the live to take off. We don't intend being here too long tonight. I think both of us have agreed to a couple of hours, and then that's just about it. 3 hours is pushing it, but 2 hours seems good. So if anybody would like a reading, please let us know by putting your donation through to the PayPal that's at the bottom of the chat. And we can do that for you. Yeah, near Mount Tamborine. Ah, nice. That's a long way up. That's a long way up, Michelle. That's past Brisbane, isn't it? That's almost in between Brisbane and Rockhampton or somewhere. I have been to Mount Tamborine, but hang on, wait a minute. Mount Tamborine. Or is that behind surface somewhere? I'm lost now. Just tell me where it is. That will help me out.
I'm just making another coffee. Mount Tamborine, I'm pretty sure closer to the lower Brisbane, like.
Oh, okay. So is it kind of like at near surface paradise?
So closer to the city, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
She would have got the tornado.
Yes.
The tornado and everything. That's
2 of them, somebody was saying.
She's in a good, nice area though, Mount Tamborine. Yeah. So I heard Mount Tamborine and I love it.
I do remember. I think I do remember Mount Tamborine because I think way back somebody took me there to a healer, and that was in the hinterlands of the Gold Coast. And pretty sure it was Mount Tamborine.
They have rainforests and all that through Mount Tamborine. Yes. So beautiful, like beautiful grounding place. Also spiritually high vibrations, like the mountains themselves. I love that area. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Cooler because you're getting breezes through. It depends on which side of the mountain you're on, I guess, as to whether or not you'd get the breeze. So again, if anybody would like a reading, just pop your donation through. We lost trees, big gums. Most of the houses in Mount Tamborine are devastated by the storm. And what about yours, Michelle? On the Brisbane side, yeah. What about your home, Michelle? Was it okay? There's got to be something that happens that's good for you this year, all right? Being spared from that. And we are fine, yeah. So those big gum trees, it may have been a blessing in disguise that you lost those with the wind blowing the way they did. Would they have touched your home at all? I've only ever been through one hurricane, and it was just mind-blowing, the speed of the wind and all of the devastation that it showed. That was in Hong Kong when I took a trip over to Hong Kong. This warning started sounding, and I didn't know what it was. So we asked people while we were over there, because we were at some sort of a game inside a building, and then all of a sudden you hear this sound like a siren going off, and people started running. And we're thinking, why is everybody running? You know, what is that noise? So we asked somebody and they said, it's coming. You have to get yourself out of here. Get yourself indoors and just shut the doors and windows, whatever. So we didn't rush because we didn't know any better. And then, you know, because we were in a hotel, a pretty big one, many floors, but they had this great big chandelier. And I mean, it was huge, like the size and the height being, you know, a double-story house height, and just literally huge. Like, would just say a normal average size lounge room in size, round wise, and it was just literally, because the front windows had caved in, it was swaying backwards and forwards, and we thought it was going to cave in, and oh, it was horrible. And then next morning when we went out, it was just devastation plus all around. It's like a sound of a, yes, and that's what it sounds like, Michelle, the freight train. That's exactly what it was. It's like there is nothing like that noise. And I found one on the internet. I can't remember whether it was Facebook or TikTok. And that was the closest I'd ever come to being, you know, to taking me back to where I was in Hong Kong the day that I felt that, I think it was a level 6 or a level 5 or level 6, because I think they have level 7s over in the in Europe, and I think it was a level 6, but it was just devastating. Hey?
What's this for?
Well, I was just talking about the hurricane that I went through when I went over to Hong Kong many years ago. And, you know, about there was a great big chandelier in the front foyer, and it was the size of, like, height-wise, 2 floors of a building, and dimensions-wise was probably as big as an average-sized lounge room, and it was just swaying backwards and forwards. Like, you know, you had to be really careful under it. It stood the test of time with that one, but the windows didn't.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
So Michelle says it was a level 3 where they were.
There was actually 2 tornadoes.
Yes.
Yes. Crazy. Crazy. Oh. Insane.
Manipulated.
Well, yeah. But you should have seen the storm even where we were, like, that night. I couldn't imagine. Ugh.
Did you feel okay? Did you feel safe?
I felt okay, yeah, but it's the lightning itself and the clouds and everything. They don't seem right. Like, it doesn't seem right.
No,
and the tornadoes, it's been ridiculous, the amount that we're getting. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So, and it's almost every storm, you got a guaranteed hail warning, like in all storms. And then now it's tornadoes. Like, they're chucking in tornado warnings. Like, weird.
Yeah, it is. Really weird. Deliberate. In fact, there's something came across my page while I was waiting for 6 o'clock to come. And they were saying that, you know, they're talking about it all over the world, that apparently Australia is being watched at the moment because of, and I won't spend too much time on it, otherwise they'll pull us off, but they were talking about chemtrails and all of the destruction that what they're littering in the sky with all of these things is doing to the weather, manipulating it, and, you know, just the devastation that's caused is deliberate.
Yeah. Well, I saw something the other day and it made me think. It was like, they probably do it all the time, but I didn't know about it until this year. They get planes to spray mozzie stuff in the sky and whatever.
Yes, they've done that. They've done that in the Gold Coast since I was a kid.
I don't like that idea. I don't like that idea that they're like just spraying shit. Like,
no.
If it can kill mozzies, what else can it kill? And like, what else?
Exactly. Yeah, that's true. I think back then when they used to spray them, because there were hordes of them then, the spray was slightly different to what they're using now.
Well, I wonder what they're using. I just, I didn't like that. I've never seen it before until I seen a post. I was like,
people are getting sick. Called foggy. It's called, what's called foggy? What we were just talking about, Michelle.
I also think people are trying to fix their own power at their own house since the tornado, like trying to wire up their own wires and shit. Like,
speaks volumes about getting some sort of generator, doesn't it? Solar generator.
Well, crazy, because while I was incubating my lizard eggs, we had blackouts all the streets around us, but we missed it. We missed like 4 different blackouts. So I was lucky.
Wow.
But maybe, sorry, I just heard a noise. I don't know what the fuck. Cats are being really naughty. If you
are they?
Well, I told you earlier, they stressed me out. Like, yeah, I'm on edge with my cats at the moment.
Do you need to go and check them?
It's all right. He's in the lounge room, but.
Hello, Skybird. How are you? We have generators, but our power didn't go out. Good on you. Is it just a small generator, Michelle? Because, you know, I was going to get one a year and a half or two ago, and I didn't actually get one because we don't suffer from many things like that down here in Melbourne. But that doesn't negate the fact that I could buy myself one. It would just save, you know, it would give me electricity when I didn't have any. And I think, well, if the electricity went down, that means that the internet is down as well. But, yeah, what do you do? That's why I've got a home phone.
That's true. That's true. I just pulled a card for Michelle, sorry, just so quick.
Yeah, I did. Well, I did before too. Yeah.
I love the card that came out because it's the perfect card for her situation. It's the reassured card, and it just tells me your guides are looking over you, making sure you take each step the right way, each step forward the right way, and it is showing that you've got like a strong energy around you protecting you, and that's, I would say, I feel is your daughter saying, like, trying to reassure you that she's there and helping you take each step forward without worrying that you're going to do something wrong. Or because right now I feel like with her emotions, they tend to make her feel like she may not be doing things correct. It's affecting everything, and I feel she wants her to know that she's with her to take each step. As typical as that sounds, but it is. She's there, and if you feel like you're falling, she's there. Like, it really is. And that's another part of the card. You see the guides holding this person up, like lifting this person up, and I feel, back to university. And you'll be surprised how much is going to open up when you feel like all hope is gone. You know what I mean? You feel like all hope is gone, but then life will set you a path where it's just busy of transformation and growth, really. And I feel like she will be able to see more in her life. Does that make sense? Even though she doesn't see it now. Like, obviously right now you're probably thinking, you know, you don't want to move forward because it's just exhaustion. Does that make sense? But once you start to see this course start happening, and then you'll start to see, you may get offers of opportunities that you never thought were going to happen. And that's all going to happen. And you're going to realize, shit, this is why I have to keep carrying on, you know? Because, like, God, your mind's got to be fighting.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's got to be a battle for sure.
Yes.
And it'd be, let's just say, she couldn't escape her mind. And I feel like these little things happen, the freedom of her mind is going to start to happen. Like, freedom of the mind.
You'll be able to isolate those feelings. I think, you know, you going back to university next year in January, it's like, you know, when devastating things happened to me in my life, my only solace was work. You know, I would go to work deliberately, not feeling well, not feeling up to it, not wanting to engage with people. But when I got there, I actually removed myself from my personal feelings and did my work. And that gave me that reprieve that I needed to just move forward and be able to handle things a little bit differently. Hi, Evelyn.
Hey. It gets easier the more life shows you the positives after a negative. You know, and once we hit a negative, it's so hard to find the positives again. And it's hard to find that until it happens. But there's course in it that I'm pretty sure the course, or what she said earlier that she was doing, is gonna be the first step of distracting them thoughts of resurfacing constantly. And I feel like she would just, it's almost PTSD for sure. So I feel like distracting her mind. Distracting her mind and having positive things to look forward to is gonna, it's like, imagine like screaming, like angels and demons screaming over each other, you know, like it's the positive's gonna scream over that PTSD thoughts that keep resurfacing, and the positive's gonna be the thoughts that keep resurfacing and take its place.
Yes.
Yeah.
I still can you hear that little this little
yeah.
like it's just sitting there in my throat at the moment. It's like every time I take a breath, it wants to go and like it's so annoying.
So it's still lingering, like.
Yeah, but it's not causing me any issues, and my sinuses have cleared finally. Well, I believe they have. But this little nagging little cough that everybody seems to get after they've had a flu or that, it just seems to linger. And yeah, you're right. It's just a nagging little cough that annoys the shit out of me, but I can't do anything about it.
You still taking your lollies, your eucalyptus, or your?
No, they're in the lounge room, but I very rarely take them now. If I do need something, I just, get the glass of water, and it seems to make it feel a little bit better. But I could, yes.
You should.
As I speak, I hear her moving in the room. And you will, Michelle. She is there. And like I said to you, I think she parks herself cross-legged on the base of your bed when you go to sleep at night time. And you, Michelle, you said you feel her snuggling into you, and I think that's just absolutely beautiful. And that bear, I mean, Jesus, that's going to be with you. I think that's going to be with you everywhere you go. It's your comfort. You're so welcome. Yeah. Does anybody else? Hi, Rosie. How are you doing? Oh, where are we? Would anybody like a single card? Because we've not got any donations at the moment. This might be a very slow live, but we are only going to go live for a couple of hours. So if you'd like to share us out, that would be really good. If you share us out, we can share us out to a public space. We can give you a card.
I need to figure out what groups I can share lives to, because I don't know what groups I'm in that I can and that I can't. Like, I don't know.
If you are in your business name, like in your Serene Psychic page, and you hit that little arrow that turns sideways, it'll come up with all the groups that you're involved with. Just send it to them.
Oh, true. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll have to figure that out, because I've never been able to figure it out. I don't know where you all share it to. Like, and I was like, am I sharing it to the same places?
I share it. Well, yeah, I share it to groups that I know of, and I share it to spiritual groups and advertising groups.
Yeah. So
deliberately,
there might be some advertising groups I might be in.
Yeah, well, just check it out. But you have to be in your business name, otherwise it'll happen one by one. One by one, and that's just laborious.
Yeah.
Okay, Vanessa. How about Lockie gives you a card, and it's just a single card because you shared, so we won't go into any detail unless, of course, you'd like to pop in a donation after you get that. So I'll leave it with Lockie for your card, Vanessa.
Okay, so I didn't know how to explain what I was saying, but my cards kind of did. Felt like Vanessa was maybe on some sort of like, I don't know how to explain it. When life path is like sort of mono, there doesn't seem to be anything new or anything like, and I felt the card that I pulled was weakness, but I'm looking at as just right now feels like you may be struggling on like what to do with life. I don't know if that makes sense, but then I felt like I just got this spark, and I felt like I just had this motivation overcoming, and I felt like I was able to just get my shit together. I don't know if that makes sense, but it feels like right now I kind of have all these, what do I want to do? How do I move forwards?
Yeah.
But then I'm not moving forward, and I don't know how to, but there's going to be this type of epiphany wave that comes for Vanessa that I feel it's going to give her that spark in life, give her that little bit more higher knowledge on how to move forward and how to start living her life and how to start putting her thoughts into place. And I feel like it's all just going to kind of spark. I would say you don't always have to feel like you have your shit together, because when we don't have our shit together, that's preparing us for when we do have our shit together. So it's like she may feel like she hasn't got her shit together, but a lot like shit's going to start to fall into place.
Yeah. Good one. And I I think that's coming up for me as well with Vanessa. And what I had something in mind that I was going to say. Oh, yes. Now they just keep saying to me, and they've been saying this for the last couple of days, so I'm just sharing what my team is giving to me to give to people. Now is not the time for decisions, all right? Wait until January comes in. This is no time to make any decisions at the moment because we're still shedding. So that just doesn't apply to Vanessa. That applies to anybody that is listening at the moment. She says she does not have her shit together. Hey, Vanessa, delete that comment and put in SH with a different, just put a hieroglyphic in there.
It's like, yeah, we all feel like we need answers now, so to say, and feel like we need to do things now. But it's okay to just let your thoughts process, because your thoughts will come together when the timing's right. And that's when you're meant to make the move, not right now. Let your mind kind of think about all the shit that you want to do. And it will come a time where your mind forces you to do it instead of thinking. But the thinking is the processing. There's a lot of thoughts for her to move forward. But.
Sky, did you share us out, please? Just let us know when you shared us out and we can give you a card. I'll just look at the share button, see who has shared out. So just let us know when you do. Can't tell on this one. Once I see that you shared, I did share. Okay. All right. So Vanessa. Which ones, guys? I haven't even picked up a deck yet. This one will do. Evelyn, I got your donation, Evelyn. Give us 2 seconds. Sorry for the noise. Actually, that's the other thing I have to do is turn off my phone speaker. I always forget to do that. Huh?
What is in the back? Is that a candle in the background?
Yes.
That's so nice. Like,
it's beautiful and it smells beautiful too. But I got it. Hang on, which way? That way. I got it for Christmas.
Oh, you need to refill that container. You should start making some candles.
Oh my God, it's just
reuse that.
Yeah,
That's
it is. It is, and it's wild sage, pine leaf, and vetiver.
Oh, nice. Nice.
It is.
Who does that?
My future daughter-in-law.
She knows you well. She knows she does well.
I'm going to get some more. I have to ask her where she got it from. I know that's not the dumb thing to do, but you know, I can't help myself. I have to find out because I really like it, and it's got one candle in it, which means that you know it's actually taking all of the wax and melting it, not the inside of it.
Like this.
Beautiful.
That's all horrible.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What am I doing? I am doing Sky, I think, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Okay, Sky, I will do your card for you now, and then we will do Evelyn. So if anybody else wants to pop in a donation, please do. Sky, Shenra. Oh, thank you so much, Sky. Sky, I got the Destiny card for you. Okay, it's card number 10. And it is actually saying that good luck is following you around now. It's in your favor. You've got cycles of change coming through, success, growth, and all of that is imminent. It is going to happen. It is going to happen in the new year. I'm not sure when, but it is going to take hold in your life. It's almost like, you know, you've done a lot of karmic work this particular year, and what they want to show you is we acknowledge what you have gone through, what you've done, and we are going to show you good fortune and good luck. So just be aware of that directly at you through this particular card. Okay, you've got the Destiny card here. So open up your heart and just accept and receive what you've earned, because you have worked hard for this. It's just going to come knocking. It's going to be there for you, Sky. So I want you to be ready for it. So if you feel at some point you want to say no to something, don't. Accept it as a challenge to grow. Absolutely beautiful. I have been carrying a lot of faith and a lot of wild shit this year. Yes, thank you so much. You're so welcome, Sky, because it is coming for you. It's kind of like the Wheel of Fortune card, this one, all right? It's kind of like that card, and it just it's giving you a reprieve for a little while, and they just want to acknowledge what you've been through. And if you have been challenging yourself, like you just said, this is the universe's way of acknowledging what you've been through. What are they saying here? It says here that you're being given a chance to understand the lessons and gain the wisdom from the past, enabling you to move forward steadily, all right, into a more positive direction. And they're saying holding on to a strong belief that you deserve to be happy and abundant. And that is why you're going to have a better year next year. All right. So take responsibility. What they're saying is take responsibility for your actions in 2024. And if you feel that you've done something the wrong way, correct it. Self-correct, self-correct, self-correct all the time. So that is for you, Sky. Should be a good year for you. 2024. You've laid down the foundations. All right. Okay. So, all right. Well, I'll do one more. Where are we? I got myself some moons. Oh, nice, Shelley. Hello, Jill. How are you? What's that? What's beautiful? I love that. Self-correct. Got it. Yes. Self-correct the whole time. So watch out how things pan out, and if you're not happy with it, if you get that nagging feeling, oh no, I shouldn't have done that, fix it. Self-correct. Joao, are you still here? And then I'll get on to Evelyn.
Can I just say one thing for Sky?
Yeah.
Is you are able to create your path. If you don't like something, change it, is what pretty much like what Caroline said, is you are able to you are in control of your story. You write your story, and you don't like something, you change it. And that's, look at it like looking from your life as a timeline and changing it, And I also got the song from Lizzo, I'm Ready, I think it's called, for Sky. Like, I don't know if she knows it, but it was just the song I'm Ready from Lizzo, just playing.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And just, not only ready to be loved, but ready to like get shit sorted. It's shit sorting. Yes. It's really shit sorting.
Yes,
this. People have finally also learnt that life is an individual process, is what I feel. A lot of people have learnt this year. It's like it's an individual path. Like no matter who you surround yourself, it's still an individual path, and you got to do what you got to do for yourself.
Yes, absolutely. If this person that came through YouTube doesn't come up, we have got a reading to do for Evelyn. I'm trying to figure out where she is because I haven't seen her come across the screen yet. Sky, you've been challenging yourself to do a lot. Yep, that's beautiful. It was beautiful, Jill. And that was a card that was drawn for her, so that was absolutely magnificent. Where are you? She hasn't come. Hello, Mila. Huh?
I have a bubble in my throat. Someone's like, feels
burp
like
it.
Burp it.
Burp it.
I gotta like, I don't know, but I feel like
I'll be doing that all night.
Someone's like swallowing their words. Does that make sense? I don't know if that's a
Oh,
thing. Like,
okay. Well, could it be for Evelyn? Where are you?
I'm not too sure. Sorry, I read
that's
them,
okay.
it'll come to me as for that person, but I feel like it's either I'm not speaking or I'm swallowing my words, like swallowing my words so they don't come out. Like,
is that you, Shelley? Is that Evelyn?
Yep, yeah, that's Evelyn.
Oh, okay. Where did the Shelley come from then? It's not a bubble, but I feel like I have something in my throat. Okay, there you go. So it was for, what do I call her, Shelley or Evelyn? What do you want me to call you, Shelley or Evelyn? Thank you, Mila. I've got yours as well. Send a donation. Yes, I still haven't got it yet, so I don't know what to call her. It's Evelyn. Okay, Evelyn it is. All right, Evelyn. They're actually saying to me it's time for you to move on.
And it's yeah, for sure. And
It's
swallowing.
move on.
It felt like I was swallowing spit or a bubble, and it was. Yeah. She's got to be brave and let out these words and thoughts and move on, leap forward, move on, say it how it is, speak your truth is what I kept getting.
Yes, speak the truth. Yes, absolutely.
Don't ever hold back anything you've got to say because it's meant to be said. I don't know. Sorry. It was, yeah.
No, that's okay. That's okay. We can do it together. It doesn't matter because there's a few things that I need to say as well. They're saying to you it's time to leave. When they say it's time to leave, it's time to move on, what they're asking you to do is to leave the past behind you. And I use this today as well, and my guides keep saying it to me. It was what it was. Right? It is what it is, and nothing can be done about the past. That's what I say. I have to speak your truth. Yeah, you do have to speak your truth, Evelyn. And, you know, they're saying to me that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and you just have to recognize it because it just means that the time's arrived for you to remove those difficult cycles in your life and know that it's coming to an end. It's about letting go of the past. We've been doing a lot of work in 2023, and that is how we're going to make 2024 better for ourselves. Yes, it was. Yes, it was to learn near death, not go back. Is that what you mean, near death? It was to learn near death and not go back. Not go back. I'm not quite sure whether that means two separate parts of your sentence or whether it's to do with your near-death experience. This particular card could also mean that you are going to be doing some sort of traveling or moving forward. It also means that you're going to move into calmer waters. That is what is ahead for you. And even though you may have the lessons to go along with this, because of the past experiences, you will be able to handle them so much better. All right. They're saying to me that your healing process is underway. All right. It's underway. Okay. Jill, it must have been from Jill.
And I think she meant ND as in like end. I think to learn from and not to live in the past. So.
Oh, I see what you mean. And not go back. Okay. Learn. Yeah. I feel like I need to travel. Yes. Well, this card can also represent travel. Okay. So you're coming from the darkness and you're going into the light, and look at him. He's stepping forward. Okay. And they're saying that you will meet people when they're saying not if, but when you do this travel, you are going to meet people and you're going to be very like-minded. Once you start, you're not going to be able to stop. it's going to be magic for you. You're going to be, when, you know, after you do this, they're saying that 2024 is going to bring a lot of new partnerships, a lot of alliances that are going to be very special to you. Yes, soul family, absolutely. Couldn't have said it better, Evelyn. Couldn't have said it better. And it's almost like, you know, somebody's waving the blue flag at you. I don't know why it's blue, but they're waving a blue flag at you. It could be to do with emotions. It could be to do with I am here for you. Know that we are here. You were saying soul family, so it could possibly be to do with spirituality. I don't know. But yeah, there's a blue flag in here, and they're giving me the number 3. So, you know, the Trinity, mental, emotional, spiritual, you can work together. What's that? Be brave.
33 is brave. I've been looking at the numbers a lot in the cards, and I was like, I want to put Kino on by the numbers I've pulled out on her cards. Like,
you can't all have 3s.
Well, like, it spun me out that you said and that was the brave card, which is so go and look up the number 3 in numerology, Evelyn, and then double it and triple it, because the energies are being amplified. The more you see that number, and I saw 1 3, Lockie's got 2 3s, but the more it gets amplified, the more you see of the 3s together, the louder the energy is, the more it's amplified. And you need to pay attention to those messages that you got. 9K. Oh, maybe okay. Yeah. All right. So, those alliances that you're going to make, the special friendships that you're going to make, will be, like you said it was, it will be your soul family. You've got a lot of achievements. You've actually made a lot of progress as well. And this looks like it's going to be a night for acknowledging 2023 and moving into 2024. I've had a lot of readings like that, and I've got this card number 4, which shows foundations and achievements. People acknowledging the home, acknowledging what you have, sitting in what's that word? I'm grateful. Sitting in gratefulness. You know, you sit in that, and you've got this. I've got this rainbow over the top of that, which I'm being drawn to at the moment. Right. So they're and in particular, I don't know what's going on with that, but maybe your root chakra and your solar plexus chakra, they're asking you to pay a little bit more attention to that, Evelyn. Root and right down in your pelvic area. And then there's the stomach as well, the core.
Yeah. Solar plexus.
Is that it?
Yeah, solar plexus is around that area. So work on that. It's more about releasing something. Yeah. Yes. So release what you can and keep releasing. Yes, I've been through a lot and I've learned from it. Absolutely, you have. Do you have anything, Lockie?
Yeah, so the first card that I got was this hopeless card, but you can't, it reverses in the camera. That's annoying. But the way I seen it was I instantly seen someone swimming in like their own self-doubts, their own words. So that's where I felt you need to speak your truth, if that makes sense. I was like, you're swimming in this, I would say just crappy energy, this low vibe, because you're not speaking your truth. And the more you hold on to that, the more you're just swimming in this crappy vibe. Does that make sense? The more that you start holding on to those words, imagine it like you're swimming in a lake. Each word that you hold on to is a little bit of a stone added to your foot, and you have to keep swimming that bit more harder. Each time you think something and don't take action, that stones get bigger and bigger and heavier, and it's going to get harder to swim in that shit, if that makes sense. So saying that, it's best to speak your truth and not carry this weight load, if that makes sense. These rocks, because you'll be able to swim a lot more freely, you know, and you'll be able to move forward. It's like that. Yeah, each thought I have, I'm just swimming in that crap, and it just keeps building because I'm not speaking my truth. And this is where the brave card. This is the 24 card. I want you to not make any decisions yet. Let it come to you. Try not to worry yourself about pushing yourself too far just yet. But know that next year is a year I feel you are gonna speak your truth, and that inner, like you said, that I think it's solar plexus. I don't know what it is. I feel like something's coming out from inside my stomach and I'm screaming it out. So I'm screaming out my truth. I'm screaming out everything. And I feel like next year is going to be that year I finally take those stones away. So I'm not just swimming with that heaviness.
Control.
So it's next year, it's that part of you is going to scream loud enough for you to be able to swim freely, if that makes sense. And your perspective is going to change on not staying still for anything in life, if that makes sense. Right now it feels like you may be accidentally staying still in some way of your life because it's hard to voice what you need to, if this makes sense. So when this happens, you're going to get the perspective of, I'm not going to allow myself to stay stagnant. I'm not going to I'm going to let things flow and happen and know that the future moves on. Does that make sense? So speaking your truth is going to give you that perspective. And the last three cards are proud, acknowledgement, and astonished. And they're just all showing me the heart, the center, and then the last one is astonished. So your mind is like being free, and you're over the moon of over proud and happy within yourself. It's how I see it, but also releasing a lot in your mind. And so by the end of next year, it is going to be that look back on how you have been able to speak your truth and your perspective has changed. So, and I feel like you're no longer going to allow things to take up more time in your life than it should. That's the best way I can explain it. Not allowing things to take up more of your life than they should.
Yeah.
One thing's had enough, that's had enough of life. Get rid of it.
Journey.
Yeah. And it's also, some things may feel almost wrong or nasty to do for yourself, if that makes sense. You feel bad for doing things for yourself, but I get the feeling you've kind of got to have that attitude to be yourself, So kind of be a bit nasty. Yeah,
Spot on.
Yeah.
Do things for yourself that you didn't do before.
And be fierce about it.
Yes.
For some reason,
it.
I keep calling her Shelley too. Evelyn, yeah. I feel my mind just went completely gone. Sorry, just completely.
Okay, it's just I think she's got. You've been doing a lot of work, and I had no idea. She said back here that that she wasn't very grounded right now because she's been homeless. I had no idea that you have been homeless, Evelyn. I had no idea. And here you are making a donation. So I'm so sorry to hear that. Really sad to hear that. Really sad to hear that. Shelley, to help people is who I have been. Yes. And I said to, I think it was Michelle that I mentioned that to, the universe is sitting in gratitude for people. They are, your team, the universe source is just sitting there saying, we are going to give you a reprieve, all right, because of the work that you've been doing. It is for a good cause, yes. Absolutely, Evelyn.
Sorry you had to go through that. It's never easy, ever, and it can feel like it can take it out of you.
Yeah.
and that's it's not fun. Like,
No. Who was I talking to that about the other night? You know, this. Oh, I know who I was talking to about it. That it is hard to step out of that because it feels like a sense of hopelessness. Yeah.
It is, yeah.
And if you can step out of that and start doing things for yourself, it's just like kudos to you. And getting a place. Oh, wow, that is, you must be so proud of yourself, Evelyn. So proud.
I know, and the thing she's got to really look at within herself is how she's kept going through that exhaustion that she would have had to carry through all of that. Like, because now I feel like she can start to see how continuing when you were so exhausted does pay off. You know,
yes.
like it pushing forward. Fuck, like.
Just it feels like a never-ending cycle, doesn't it? It feels like a never-ending story. But if you can change the perspective from that negativity, because you know, sometimes we do that inadvertently. We bring in the negativity in our lives just purely because of thinking. And I came across I don't know whether it was a TikTok or whether it was on Facebook, but somebody said, and it stuck with me, you know. And it's just very simple. You think it, we hear it. You say it, we hear it. So mind your thoughts, mind what you say. You think it, we can hear you. Even if you're in silence. So you have to tell us what you mean.
So like, it's got to, she's carrying a lot of baggage, but I feel like it's time to like just put that baggage away and start. We can see the future starting to unfold. So just get excited for that. It's
time to move on and be brave, and you know, just acknowledge the lessons that came with it, because you've grown so much because of it. It's very hard for you. Okay, Shelley, do you have any questions that you'd like to ask before we move on to Mila?
Did you say the never-ending story before?
I did.
Something.
I said never-ending. It feels like a never-ending story. Yes, I did.
The movie came into my head randomly just then, and then I just got something about the never-ending story.
Oh.
It's like the chapter's closed too, like finally, but
it has.
Weird, never-ending story. I just felt like I was in the movie of the never-ending story. That feeling of when I was a kid watching it. I don't know. Weird. I don't know why. I feel really. I don't know. Does Shelley know that? I feel like I just was placed into that movie. I watched it over and again. One of my favorite movies as a kid was The Never-Ending Story, but I always got I had bad dreams from this wolf moment that happens in there, and that like I actually had bad dreams from it. Like, but I don't know why. You should probably watch that again or something if you can. Like, I would try watch that. I know that's like how you would feel, but I feel like there's something I need to bring back. That like, where you feel like. I don't know. That movie was weird. It was always really weird. I left a weird.
Go back and watch it again.
It's a weird vibe.
Oh, Mila, I already have a question written down to you because they said Mila. So I have, and can I just say what when we move on to you, Mila, can I just give me permission to be able to say what my guides are saying to me? Evelyn says, no, I don't have any questions. That you're all so much. Oh, thank you. Thank you all so much for everything. I appreciate it. You're so welcome, Evelyn. Hopefully that has made sense to you.
We're proud of you as well.
Oh, yes, that's what I said to her before as well.
Yeah, like I take my hat off to you for like pushing through. Is that, yeah. I like you
So
tonight.
Simone's just put in for, I think it's a mini read. I can't remember how much the mini read was. What did I put it in as, guys? What was the two? Oh, it's running across the bottom of the screen, Caroline. A mini read is $15, so we will put through a small reading for somebody later on. Thank you so much for that, Simone. All right, so now we've got Mila. Mila. You see the smile on my face at the moment, Mila. All right. And I also wrote it down on my pad so that I wouldn't forget it. I have here, this particular card is coming up for you. Spiritual union. And just let me know if this card has come up for you before. It's kind of like the Two of Cups, when two people become one. Okay. So I actually do believe that there could be talk of marriage. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen next year, but I'm seeing talk of marriage. Yes, it has before. Okay, so this is coming up for you. All right, and it deals with relationships and emotional bonds. So it may not just have to do with John, your partner. It could have to do with other relationships as well. Like you've got emotional bonds to a few of your family members as well. It doesn't matter whether it's positive or negative, but yes, that made perfect sense to you. Okay, good. My donations. This is donation. Until later, Anne. But if you stick around, Simone has put through for a small reading. All right. So yeah. So you've got the spiritual union card. All right, and it could be to do with it. It's just, the word kindred souls comes in. So this tells me that it may have something to do with marriage, but they're reminding me, just be really careful with that, Caroline, because it's talk of marriage. So it's the dynamics that need to be worked through. Mila, does this make sense to you? And I have to write it down. Dynamics. So dynamics between the two of you, dynamics between the family, expectations that you are wanting from somebody else. We have been talking about marriage. There you go. All right. It's the perfect time to realize that your relationship is meaningful. You've been going out with each other for a little while now, and perhaps next year is about making that definite move and getting engaged, which is why they're saying to me there's talk of marriage next year. So it could be engagement. I don't know. And I don't know whether or not you wear an engagement ring now or not. But okay, so with this particular card, the spiritual union card, if you have a look at it, I want you to look at the two people in here. Now, they're looking at each other, all right, and what they're saying to me here is there is a mirror here. So they want you to see in the relationship, any relationship that you feel pulled towards, that is. Yes, I will. Oh, excuse me. Did I know that?
It was on
Excuse me.
Facebook, wasn't it?
When? Did I miss it? Or
I think.
My turn to come. Can I ask a question? And you can only get the reading if you win the competition that we're going to have to give it away. Otherwise, you have to put in a donation for yourself. Yes, you did know. Oh my God.
Funny how things go out the window when we're like on the live.
I know. I'm so sorry. Okay, so they're saying that they want you to recognize that this particular picture is more like a mirror image of your particular life. You are actually looking, they want you to reflect on how you feel and how you treat yourself, how you react and how you respond in various situations. They are wanting you to pay particular attention to that. All right, spiritual union. Look at the other half of yourself. Look at the relationship and see how it is that you respond. See how it does that John responds, and whether you can work on this now before you get married. Not that things are going to change, because it is a piece of paper. And yes, you have a beautiful ring on your finger, which Caroline completely forgot about. But they want you to recognize that you need to start working on all of those small differences that you've got now. All right. Don't pause and say, oh, well, it's just something that happens. This is not how to make a relationship work. You need to talk about it. Now, then we get this spiritual. We got financial and material changes for you. All right. Mila, you've got this number, and oh, okay, that's not the right one then. It is the right one. It's just card number 5. I thought it was 6, but it's card number 5. And it represents changes. It represents challenges. It represents losses, all of which are usually related to finances, to the material changes that are in your life, all right? Not to do with any thoughts, feelings and things like that. They want you to acknowledge, once again, they want you to acknowledge, like this other card is asking you to do, acknowledge the physicality of the financial and material gains that you're going to get out of this. And they're saying that you are going to grow. That was random, guys. That you're going to grow spiritually. Maybe that's coming from this particular card. That you're going to grow, and the growth is going to be allowed through the relationship that you've got with John. They're saying that everything changes for a reason, and that it's that when these changes come in, they're designed to push you forward, not pull you back. So just remember that. If something comes up and you're not quite sure how to handle it, pardon me, talk it out. Speak it. Be your authentic version of you. And then they're saying be very mindful of how you impact the other person that you're talking to. Be mindful of that. Ask the positive questions. Ask them how they feel about the way they said something, or about how it could impact you, that type of thing. So keep it open. Just keep it completely open. All of what's happening. Yes, I need to learn to speak up and be careful with your words. Yeah. But they're saying that it's not just about the words, Mila. They're also saying that it is about the way you say it, your body language. Okay? It's your body language as well. And that applies to anybody else that's in your life. It's not just your body language, but you do tend to notice other people's body language. What they're asking you to do is to remember that you also give off body language when you say things. And sometimes, depending on who it is, it comes across differently. I get emotional with your word. And it's fine to be emotional. Just remember why you're saying it and what impact you're wanting to have with that. I've also got the hope card for you. And look at that. Look at the hope card. You're surrounded by golden light. 1 and 7 is 8 for you, okay? Just make sure that you stay with hope, that you stay with faith, that you stay with that healing sense of your soul, because your soul is speaking to you. I'll just show it to you again, and you can take a picture of that if you like. There you go. It's nice and clear. And you're going to get a lot of enlightenment through this relationship that you've got at the moment, including your family. They're saying, oh yes, I know you like number 8, Mila. Everything that you have wished for in your past is going to come to pass. So everything that you've wanted in your past is going to come to pass for you. Just be very vigilant about make sure that, you know, the expectation is for other people to change, but also yourself, that you need to change as well. Because in the past, sometimes you felt it's been impossible to put changes into your life. And because you, and I think your daughter as well, you like co-creating between the two of you, and what seemed impossible before is not so impossible now. Okay, so let that work through. Let it work through your soul. Let it work through your authentic self into your conscious mind. And you just need to say something, all right? You don't even need to say it with any kind of body language, and people will just say, wow, okay, she's just said that. I heard her, and look at the way she said it. Yes, I know I can do things now, and I just had to push myself to do things. Yes, but keep pushing, Mila. Keep pushing through this, because as soon as you stop pushing, the universe will push back, and they'll bring something in for you. This card here is actually the star card in the major arcanas of Rider-Waite. So, you know, that just tells you what you're in for, the two of you, the whole family construct, the dynamics they're saying are going to change for you. Everything is going to change for you next year. Thoughts of marriage, I don't know when this is going to happen, but it is going to happen. Yes, that's right, Caroline. Not quite sure what that is, because my guides are talking so fast. I see your comment and I don't understand what that means. But it's okay, because you have an innate gift of intuition. It's innate with you, Mila. So use it to your advantage. Okay? Just use it. And it will, you know, that intuition will also guide you with your goals, guide you with your family, guide you with John, guide you with your daughter. She's going to give you some lip next year too. They're standing. She's going to give you lip next year. I don't know whether she gives you lip now, but she's going to give you lip next year. And she said, you need to be united. John needs to be united with you. So you figure out how you are going to work through that lip service that she's going to give you, because you need to stand together with her, not separate, because she'll divide you. Right? So it's very funny. Lip service. She's going to give you lip next year. It's not intentional. It was just like, you know, I want to shift away from mum, but what's that noise? What was that? What? I just heard something. Somebody was talking. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so I don't know who that was. That was a female's voice. Oh, it's cheeky. Okay. Yes, I know. I have an intuition. Yes, but you've got an intuition. And I was talking to somebody earlier today, and I said you need to use it to your advantage. Okay. So from me to you, start standing up for yourself. There is talk of marriage, and I think from what my guides are showing me, they're saying 2025. It could even possibly be late 2024, but you've got a lot to work on, especially about coming together to raise a child, a teenage child. Okay? Teenagers are hardest, and they will divide you if you don't come together. So I'll leave the rest up to Lockie.
God, okay. I don't know how to do it. No, it's all right. No, it's all right. Really, honestly, I agree with Caroline, the marriage and everything. I agree fully. I don't know where to start. It's hard.
I probably took all the words out of your mouth.
Yeah, a little bit, but
you can start the next one first.
I'm trying not to blend readings either, because I've also done readings for John, but there's a couple messages that would be similar, and that's the blending process. It's a blending process, and I want to say I see right now use of going through this blending process that can be very, very difficult, because like bringing each other's lives and trying to join them together and bring the differences and everything. It's just very, very challenging. But I feel yous are coming at the end of that with where trust is becoming a lot more stronger. And I feel there's a lot of trust and a lot more like that's starting to, and I'm starting to feel like the bond, like, so, okay, how do I start? Trust and everything takes time to build. Relationship, blending lives together, it takes time to build. And sometimes when a relationship first starts, both parties tend to get in our minds from our previous relationships, our past, and that can affect our trust in this new relationship, if that makes sense. But I feel like you have gone through the hard parts of learning, like starting to feel that trust a lot more stronger now because of you have worked through a lot of shit together, if that makes sense. And trust doesn't come until you see it. Does that make sense? So as time has gone on, I feel that trust has been building, and that connection has been building and building, and that's the blending process. I feel your daughter's getting used to it too. You're getting used to it. Like he's getting used to it. It's blending that life together, and that can be a very tricky moment. But then once you start to see that like trust and everything, you start to just fall into that person's arms, so to say. Like, and I feel like that's almost what you're waiting for, if that makes sense, where you can just combine and be one complete whole person. 2024, I feel like that trust is going to become no doubt, if that makes sense. So as 2024 keeps going on, you're not even going to have the doubt of what's going on. You're going to start to trust. And like with one of my experience as well, it takes some time. Like it even took 2 years to build that trust to where I felt comfortable, so it is a process, but you're just starting to get that, and that's going to make self-doubt and all these other thoughts ease. Like it really, really is. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's that movie. I'm thinking of that movie Blended. I don't know if you've seen it with Adam Sandler. Have you seen it?
No, I don't think so. I have to have a look.
Yeah, Adam Sandler, it's like the family's blending and it can be chaos at first, but then by the end, they're like head over heels and there's no doubt it's meant to be, if that makes sense. And that's how I see it. And but also another thing I feel that it is let it be, if that makes sense. Let things flow, let it happen, let's just keep moving, let's just keep moving forward, let it be. Like I can't control anything, so let's just see what happens. Does that make sense? Like, let it be. And that's another thing. Like, it's just I've got to let things unfold. But next year, I feel like you're both going to be able to express things better, easier, and more freely without blockages. Because I feel like it tends to be start and stop with being able to express myself. But soon, I feel like you are going to be able to just speak, and it's just going to be a cycle like of being able to speak through and sort through things. So it's blending. It's so hard. It's blending. It's hard. And when we've had a past ourselves, it's so hard to build a relationship again without having the doubt, without having the intrusive thoughts, without one thing I've noticed I do, which I feel a lot of people also do, is they lash out at their newer partner because of their past experiences, if that makes sense. So they get that frustrated and built up. But like I see that's being shifted away, and yous are both really starting to get that like comfort that yous have needed. And I feel like over the last 4 months, there's been some pretty good growth going on. I see it like almost like at times I'm singing to the birds and the birds are singing to me, and I'm walking in like nice little alleyway, like place, like forest. And it's like, feel there are moments of that peaceful happiness and joy that's starting to creep through. And I'm seeing more of a spark between in personalities and in people's lives. And even in your daughter, I feel like you may be starting to see sparks in her in some more aspects. She seems to have a little bit more of a spark, like, and I feel like that spark is starting to bring out, and it's joyful. Joyfulness is what I feel, and like love is what's starting to spark in between all of you, and it's going to grow. And you're noticing it by thinking, wow, that side of you is coming out, and that's a beautiful side of you. And he's probably thinking, wow, that's a beautiful side of you. Like, and your daughter's probably doing the same, showing sides of herself that she never has before. And yes, my daughter is like, yeah. And also,
important.
Like, another thing is, that's where next year comes into, with working together and not letting the dividing and stuff like that come through. Because at the age, it's the age. I don't know, like, John may start having to be more of a like authoritative figure with you, if that makes sense, and she may try to rebel against, like, no, like, I don't, this, you know, like, not rebel, but like, you've got to work together, be strong together, and be on John's side, he's on your side, you know, do what you've got to do together. Because I just feel like it's age, like, age is going to come through, and I feel like it's almost like, nah, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? I do what I want type of attitude maybe creeping in a little bit, but that's where you've both got to work in. 14, you feel like you're 20 when you're 14, but you're really freaking not. And I'm telling my nephew that every day as well. It's like,
it's a separation. 14.
My nephew's like, when I'm 16, I'm fully grown. And I was like, no, you're not. Mindset. So, and I was like, oh, you're funny. Like, I'm not even grown yet. Like, so I feel that's gonna creep in, and those years, they change so quick, and it's just, but work together, and you know, it's work together, and tackle. It's just gonna be funny, but also
it is. It is good. Mila, while go on.
I feel like Mila will want to laugh almost at some of her daughter's behavior, but no, she shouldn't. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like it's just like, oh God, like, how do I get up her? It's like, how do I get up her when she makes me laugh, like, or something, you know? Like, I can't take it serious. So,
Mila, I wrote down a few things while Lockie was talking to you, and I think it was Lockie. I'm not sure. I don't think it was me that said that, you know, that there are going to be ups and downs in your relationship. That is relationships. There are always going to be ups and downs. And what they wanted me to tell you was that your honeymoon is transitioning into reality. Okay, so that doesn't mean that you don't love him any less, or, you know, because your love is going to grow for each other. It's going to be deeper, but it's going to become more of a reality focused thing than the honeymoon phase. So they want you to remember that, because this is where the ups and downs change, right? And this is where those downs is when you need to talk about them, especially why are you fighting? Why are you feeling resistance there? And get a better understanding of each other that way. And then they said, so then I wrote down, it's important that your daughter doesn't feel like because she doesn't understand the difference between an adult relationship and the relationship that you've got with your daughter. So they want you to make sure that she still feels important to you. She still feels number one to you, without risking your relationship with John. I hope that makes sense to you, because she will feel put out because John simply is your partner. All right. And that means that you need to spend time with her, quality time with her alone, even if it's just, you know, sitting around the kitchen table when she comes home from school, whatever. But she doesn't, they said you need to make sure that she doesn't feel second to your relationship with John. makes sense, because she always feels, yes. And then lastly, I wrote, which is what it's got to do with what you wrote down. Your daughter and you have been on your own for such a long time. Having that third person come in sometimes is hard for the child in particular to still feel that they are loved the way they were before. So keep the relationship with, and I've written this down, keep the relationship with her as tightly as you possibly can, right? And I'm also picking up that you're tired. I just, you know, when I went into this energy, when Lockie was reading, I kind of thought, oh my God, I'm just so tired. So yeah, that's what was coming through for me, for you.
For her relationship as well, outside noise keeps coming in for me that I did feel exhausted from before as well. Was like, seems to be not only the pressure of the relationship I'm taking on board, but a lot of outside noise that I have pressure with. And that I feel like is almost combining in a way, and it's like causing her to be tired because it's all at once, you know. But next year, that's also going to be what passes as well, like the outside noise as well, which is going to give you some more time. And with John, I wanted to say, I feel like if him and your daughter can get some good one-on-one time, you know, and like, you know, I feel like if he puts in a lot of effort too, goes above and beyond, you know, she's going to feel like included in a way. And like, yeah, try get him to just go above and beyond, you know, like it just to make her feel as important in his life too, you know, even though he's a not complete stranger, but you know, like he's not relatives or anything. Like I feel, and she will see that, you know, and she'll feel that and accept that. Actually, yeah, I feel like if they get as much positive one-on-one time as well.
Yes, John puts in an effort. My daughter is putting an effort as well. Absolutely. Yeah. So that is for you, Mila. We are all working together. That's wonderful to hear. But listening to each other, you know, listening to each other's fears, wants, needs, all of that without, you know, coming down crashing and saying, well, this happened and that happened and you didn't do this and you didn't do that. Sometimes it's just about expressing the feelings. Without fear of, you know, retribution or anything like that, because I've said it. I don't want it to come back to me in a couple of months' time. But you said this back then, and that meant that. And, you know, I took that this way. It's just about the feelings sometimes. So,
and like this to someone else earlier. I seen that card and it was like I was swimming in my own crap if I keep thinking about shit and not letting it go. You know, so the more I think about something and not speak up about it or talk about it, the more I'm swimming in this crappy ocean. Does that make sense? So, and like the more it keeps coming, the more you feel weighted down. So just no speaking about it is what's going to get rid of all that pressure. Like that, Whoops.
But so that's what happens to me in a reading. I told you, I tell people this all the time. And because I don't talk to you all that often anymore, it tends to just go by the wayside and I actually do forget. So when I come up with that, you know, with that card that I gave you before, I thought, oh, spiritual union. Oh, there's going to be talk. And if you're not wearing a ring already, you will be probably wearing one in 2024. For fuck's sake, Caroline. Seriously. I mean, shit, that's a big thing for me. Like, how can you forget something like that? So I'm so sorry. See, I'll even put it up here. There you go. I'm so sorry.
Easy done, though. Easy done. Especially in a reading when you get rid of everything to focus on the now. Does that make sense? You get rid of all outside noise and focus. So it's easy to forget. I would say take that as confirmation it's
Yes.
gonna get serious, you know.
Thank you guys rock. Thank you so much, Miller, for allowing us into your energy and to read you. You know, your donation is going to a good cause as well. So thank you for that too. So we have Jill Kitson up next, and Lockie is going to start this one because, because he can. So just let us know where you are, Jill. And then Simone Parsons is a giveaway, so we will do that. We are coming up to 1:36, so, you know, if we don't get too many more, we will kind of finish it after Simone's giveaway. But if we do...
Am I to grab a drink for 2 seconds and run to
Yes.
the bathroom? Okay, I was waiting to finish that reading.
While he's off doing his thing, Jill, he's going to be thinking about your energy. Jill, are you here? Just let me know that you're here. Jill. Jill. He's taking more than a second. Oh, there she is. She was here. Yeah, I know she was here, but I like to make sure that people are still here because we were talking to you. And yes, she did put a heart in the comments before. I do get that, but I just need to make sure she's here for the beginning of her reading. And Lockie's taking a long time, so we will just chat, or you can put your question up, Jill, while we're waiting for him to come back, because he's going to take the reins on this one, and then I will follow after that with what I have. Do you have any questions, Jill? Because I'm sure he can hear me talking, so, you know, while he's doing whatever he's doing, I can relay to him through this voice and that pathetic little cough that you can hear. Yes, I know you're here. Do you have any questions that you would like to ask? May I be added, please? Faraday Ali, we are going to be giving away a reading shortly. Someone called, a lady called Simone Parsons has paid it forward for somebody to have a reading, a mini read, not a full read. So if you are still here and you have liked both Lockie's page and my page, you can go into the draw to see if you win it. Hi, Tatiani, how are you? Never have questions. Oh, okay, Lockie, she hasn't got any questions. So whatever comes up for her. Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
There he is. He's back.
So instantly, while, like, it's funny you said it, because as I was walking away from my desk, I felt like I was being, like, followed, like something was walking behind me, and then you said he's going to be picking things up, you know, and it was just, yeah. So I instantly felt like for Jill, she has, I don't feel any negativity, and it, like, ugh. Sorry. There's a very energetic spirit around Jill. And I felt this when I've seen her name pop up, there was a spirit around her. Can't quite, like, put the image of this spirit, but I can, like, feel their presence. And it's like this hypo energetic, like, very energetic. I'm stuttering, sorry. There's like I don't know if you notice someone playing tricks on you, Jill, like as a spirit around you, but I feel like there is a mischievous spirit around me. It felt like it was following me, and it felt like it was just being a little mischievous. Does that make sense? So I'm not too sure if Jill has those experiences where it's like you find your keys in the most stupidest places, you know, like, or some things go missing when it was right in front of you, but then you it was right there all along. Like, I just feel like there's this spirit around her that keeps doing little tricks, like little tricks. Yeah.
And it will come up shortly. We were going to do it next, but it looks like Tatiani has actually donated. So once Tatiani's reading is over after this particular read, then we will do the giveaway.
Is Jill still here? She said,
yes,
okay.
she's got a lag happening.
Yeah, I thought so. I wasn't sure if, yeah. Okay, so what I want to say is this spirit is here to change some sort of mindset that you have, or mind pattern, like it's like a pattern of thought that you have that they're here to change for you. So this is a guide that I feel is stepping in. It feels like a little child guide. Like, I don't know, like a little, almost like an angel child, like a little angel child that's there to purposely change some patterns of your thoughts that may not be the best. So I'm not too sure if at the moment you are having some rough times with some thoughts. Kind of feels like I was stuttering just before, and it was like I may be so wound up in some way I keep stuttering, or like I keep trembling, stumbling, like I'm
so like up. This child?
Yeah, like this child, but they're here to change the mindset I feel like they're here to absorb that and help you change your mindset in a way that you can like process things. I don't know if this makes sense. There must be some bad lag.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
It's like the spirit is definitely there to change the way I think. It's like it will take your mind off thinking about a certain subject, and I feel like they're saying this for you to recognize and allow this spirit that's around you to take your unwanted thoughts and energy you don't feel that is yours, that you don't want to carry, release that to the spirit that's around you, because they're really guiding you, and it's a very child, beautiful energy. Like, I can't express this child energy. It's child, and it's bringing in that like child mindset. Does that make sense? Where I can, there's a lot, but it's there to process some emotions of Jill's, if that makes sense, and some thoughts, and to allow her to, it's there to take that on board for her.
Which is odd, because if it's a child that,
it's weird, but it's like a very bright, lighted guardian child.
Yeah.
Like, it's very angelic, and it's there like, you know how children can be so sensitive and soft, and like you pat your face, and like there's no feeling like when a child like truly loves you. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I feel like it's giving you too. Like, it's there to like that love, and it's very angelic. So yeah, please allow yourself to release any unwanted energy to this spirit.
It'd be interesting to know if she feels this particular spirit around. Very interesting. It has always been. Oh, there you go. She says it's always been around her. Oh no, she's asking, has it? Yeah.
I feel like it's been something that will. Okay. So it just footprints in the sand. I don't know if you've written it. I keep forgetting the name, but it just popped up.
Desiderata.
Yeah. So you're gonna feel at times that spirit may not be there, but it's within you. Like, and the times you feel it's there, like, it's hard to explain. Like, when you can't feel it's there, it's because it's within you, helping you, healing you. But I feel it's always been there. You may not always feel it, but it's when you don't feel it, it's within you. So it does feel like something that's always there. Yeah. So it's like that footprints in the sand. And I don't know if you do have these, like, I don't know even how to explain it. It's like I could go along my day but then a whole pattern will come along and I'm stuck in it really randomly, like, and I can't shake that thought for the day, you know, and it's like, oh, like, you know, and that's the thoughts he wants.
Can't get away from it. Yeah.
I'm not too sure if there's also trauma he wants to take and send away for you. I'm going to feel into it though. Yeah, so feel into that. It seems like it's been very mischievous, where it's been like placing things around the house, or like it's like I would be seeing something on the bench and then I'll go to grab it later, it's not there, look over the house, go back, and it's where I was looking all along. Like just things like that, I feel like it's how it shows itself. But when you don't feel it, it's within you, is how it is. And I feel like you may notice it when you start to notice activity really picking up. If you have spiritual activity around you, I do feel it's a little bit mischievous, but a lot of the times I feel he is within you more so, definitely, like helping you heal. Like it's like an angel, a guardian angel is how I see it. And yeah. So
that could possibly be that card that I've pulled up here for her, which I won't come across again. It's just a spiritual strength card, but it's talking about the things that you're talking about, Lockie, like, you know, releasing, like healing. It's time to heal. They're saying some sort of past memories that you've been dealing with, Jill, and don't let them hold hostage to you. Release them to this childlike guide that's around you, because that's what they want. So if you haven't been feeling him or her, I don't know what, like he said, it felt like, whether it was a feminine or a male, but yeah, just keep releasing.
I did feel more male energy with like a little boy, but it's more bright light that I'm seeing than features. It's just bright. It's bright. Like he's bright, sorry. And but it's also, I don't know if it may have been a child that's been lost, or like I'm not too sure. But it feels they're fully connected with you, this spirit, and they you know, and they also live within you. It's hard to explain.
Well, no, but that's how it happens sometimes. It feels like it's within, although it's outside. It feels like it's a part of you. It's a part of who we are. Your higher self, your guides, your spiritual guides, they're all around you, whether they're around you, whether they're in it, whether they feel inside or outside, they are a part of one. I wonder if it is who I saw when I was under deep sedation from sepsis a few years. Ooh.
7 to 9 makes sense, because I can't see eye features or anything like that. I can see the cheeks or the straight face. And you know when the kids are about to lose their teeth, but have lost a couple and haven't, and they have that face. I don't know what it is, but 7 to 9 makes sense. It would make a lot of sense. And I can just see a lot of light around him. And I don't know why it's so strong. Like but if you can also try to tap into that by allowing yourself to feel his energy and allow him to heal you, you know, and allow, like once you acknowledge that he's around you, he's able to help more, if that makes sense. So I feel like that's why he's come through to say, hey, use me, you know, like use me as a way to heal. Like he just has to just imagine him just picking your energy up and throwing it away. That's all he has to do to get rid of the shit. Like the shit, you know, that's all he has to do to help heal you. It's a burden on him. He just throws it like a ball. He throws it away like a ball, you know. So your issues aren't weighing him down. Does that make sense? It's easy for him to heal you. So allow him, if that makes sense. This is where working with people and also guides, I feel, and working with like community guides, I feel like this represents like spiritual as well as like friendship circles. Like I'm seeing like a type of friendship circle and being able to share memories with people. But I also feel next year you're going to be very, I don't know how to explain it. There's some sort of spiritual growth that's happening there, and I see there's like things are going to happen in threes. I do feel, but there's some sort of like spiritual growth that's going to happen, and a lot of healing. I feel, and you're going to be really working with your team. Does that make sense? Or like you and yeah.
What is that noise? Why am I getting?
What?
Can you not hear that?
No.
Somebody was talking about the Holy Spirit.
The Holy Spirit.
Hey, I sorry, but that's just thrown me completely out, because I mean that came through so very clearly. You can't hear that? Oh my God! Maybe I just need
music.
Huh?
I can hear music. I'll turn it up. Oh no, it's all the way up.
Hang on. I'll just. Oh, okay. Hang on. I think I know where it's coming from. Oh, just he carried a soccer ball. She said, Did he give you a name? He looked like the boy in Kramer versus Kramer.
It's like, I feel it's unique, and the closest thing I can think of that's unique to it is Angelo, which sounds weird, but like it feels like an older name. It's like a weirder older name. It's being taken back to like a certain time frame, and it's like an Angelo, or like it may also be like a name I've never even heard before, but it doesn't feel right when I say it, but it feels like it's almost even like a language barrier, the reason why I can't understand the name. But Angelo is probably the closest thing I can get to that name. Like, seems to be very like almost goddess-like, where it doesn't also identify as anything. Does that make sense? Like, it is just a source as well. Does that make sense? It's an energy. It's a light. Like, so that's hard. Like, it also doesn't go by anything. Like,
but you know what, Lockie? A lot of people, when they see their guides and when they see their teams around them, they see images of or representations of what they believe their team looks like. Whereas with me, I very rarely, unless I walk through a meditation with somebody, I very rarely see what these souls look like. All I see is light.
Light.
But I get that feeling that it's right.
Yeah, no, 100%. And they will say it when they need to. Like, they will say it at the time. But like they come as, they don't,
right.
That's not the important thing either. Like, that's what it's like. I get told it's not the thing. Like, it's not what's important. Does that make sense? That's what I always like to ask them, give me more information, but they're like, this is what I'm giving you, like.
You may not understand it. This is what I'm being given you, and you're going to have to work it out. You're the one that has the right and the free will to decide, so you figure it out.
And when the timing is right, it's like they will give me features. They will, but they will never come like full body, like I'm talking to a human, like it's right in front of me. Like, it just doesn't happen, but it will.
You know what, Lockie, the other night, I just have to break in here, but the other night I walked into my lounge room. I don't like having the lights on, all right? And I walked into the lounge room, and I didn't have the Christmas lights on the tree, right? So when I walked in there, I just had something in my mouth because I was eating a little bit of leftovers or what have you. And I looked down at the dog, and then I looked up, and I could have sworn that somebody was in my lounge room. It frightened the shit out of me. It was my Christmas tree. I thought it was a spirit.
Like, oh God.
But it wasn't.
Yeah, they just are. That is exactly, exactly that perfect. Like,
yeah,
that's why also I tend to call them it's or thems, or like, which sounds, it's because they don't define as anything. They're just
that's right. Yeah,
there's no
they're
word.
just light. Yeah,
Yeah. Like,
they're just light.
I also had one that got offended when I asked what it would look like, as it was just like felt offended from it. Like, if that's not important, like,
because exactly,
like, why? Like, why are you wasting my time with this petty questions? What color are my eyes? Like, what this to say? Like,
yeah,
So
I get
yeah.
I do get that.
2024 is a year to use your guides to full advantage to move forward. I feel, and your guides, I do feel like it's an epiphany year for Jill as well. Things like you'll start to take actions through random, spontaneous thoughts, like, new beginnings. So it is. And use your spiritual team and your guide and everyone around you to do that, to make next year the year that you want, and it's going to happen. And your guides will tell you the steps each day. Have a shower, meditate. Your guides will give you the steps on what you do each day. Don't plan it the day before, plan it the day of, if that makes sense. So
in the now.
Yeah, and allow your spirits and your team and your guides to take you onto a new path that you want to take. I feel like next year is a path that you've got to take by listening purely to your heart and your gut. So, and taking any spontaneous things or whatever your heart says, just do it. So go with it. Sorry, what did you have anything to say?
Yeah. You ran with my first, which is probably more perfect than it can be, but with this new beginning card, because Jill said, I wonder how 2024 is going to go for me. Well, guess what? You've got new beginnings coming your way, and this card is all about the all important first steps. All right, so the transition from 2023 to 2024. And I'm blessed to be able to tell people give people these sort of messages when they come up in the cards. I'm not just saying it because I know changes are going to be positive next year. I'm saying it because the cards are telling me that. All right, they're confirming that you will be taking a leap of faith into the unknown. You will be taking a leap of faith into what, like he's trying to explain, is the now. Lots of adventures waiting for you, lots of change for you. Yes, for you, Jill. I just kind of got emotional. That's great. I can't wait. Well, you have every right to, and it's so positive, like this new beginning. And then, you also, I'll get into that later, but you also have the solitude card. But this new beginnings card, it's just kind of blown me away that these cards are coming up so often in people's readings that I'm doing at the moment, and they're saying that life is, and I want to say ebb and flow. So keep going with the flow. And Lockie was explaining before, don't read too much into what you're going to do the day after tomorrow. Read into the now. Like, follow your guides, ask your guides, what are we doing today, guys? Well, how about we go down to the local park and we walk around the lake? Say to them, why? Because we told you, because you asked.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So, So, do different things, face those new directions that you can, because it's all about these new beginnings. And in the Rider-Waite, this is the Fool card. It's a beginning process. It's changes that you're going to be putting into effect. It's all of those things. But mainly it's about taking that leap of faith into the unknown for you, Jill. All right. So just remember, you are a soul within a human body, and you are experiencing life through choices and free will. Okay. and you're going to make these beautiful changes for yourself next year. And they don't want you to get lost or confused. They want you to just step into your authenticity, because you won't make a mistake. Okay, so just remember that. And then I have for you the number 9 solitude card. And this particular card talks about the need for you to be honored and heard, right? Honored and heard. So if you are around people at the moment that are not listening to you or not hearing you, you need to speak, right? Don't stay quiet, all right? They're saying with this solitude, just be in solitude, all right? It's not about finding what you need from the outside. It's about finding what you need from the inside. Yes, I can't wait. I am a planner anyways. I am bad keeping them. Yeah, so you procrastinate. You have all the best intentions, but you very rarely follow through. I know a few people like that.
Relate. Shit, it's so true.
But this also represents the strength card in the Rider-Waite. Okay, so you have the strength to see these things through. You have the knowledge that when you come across any obstacle that you're going to actually deliver. You are going to remove the obstacles. You are going to push it out of your way. You are going to recognize that those obstacles are set in your way because it's a life lesson. Okay, so just keep going with the way that you're going at the moment. Yes, you may make mistakes along the way, but just know that those mistakes are not designed to hold you back. Again, it is designed to propel you forward. It is designed to allow you to work with who you are, what you are, and how to move forward with that. It's all planned. It's nothing is by coincidence. Okay, just like I was talking to somebody before, and they were saying that things keep getting thrown on their path. This is the negative energies getting in the way to stop that person from doing their job. You called me out. How did I call you out? Hi, Shawana. How are you? Yes. I'm working hard on being heard. Yes, and this is what you have to do. You need to be heard. All right, so sometimes it means stepping back and trying to sort out what it is that happened in order to move forward, but you do need to speak up and start speaking for yourself. Procrastination, I really hate that part. Yeah, and the more you hate it, the more you're going to come across it. Okay, so just keep saying to yourself, procrastination is not a word that's in my vocabulary anymore. If I write something down to do that day, which is what Lockie was saying, just stay in the now. And if your guides say, let's go out to the park or something like that, go. Mm-hmm. Your monkey mind can keep talking to you as much as it wants, but your feet are going to move towards the front door to do it. Okay, so no more procrastination. Doesn't have a part of your life anymore. 2024 is all about doing. Okay. Yeah, go on.
Something's like grabbing my attention like crazy, and I don't know if it's for Jill or what's happening, but like I'm feeling like it's deep. I'm fidgety and I can't ignore it. Someone tapped at my back window. There's a spirit like tapped at my back window, and I feel like it's the same one that you were hearing. I'm not too sure if Jill has known someone that's gone missing, or like if there is like an unsolved mystery. This sounds really weird, but it feels like there is like a case being solved that has been unsolved for a while. And this person's tapping on my door like something's being solved. So I'm not too sure if there's like a missing person case. Do you feel that at all?
Hello? Emotional loss. Emotional loss.
I haven't seen
some sort of loss that's happening with this person, with this soul, that whatever it is that you're feeling is tapping there. We need it resolved, guys. You know, that the light is here to help. I'm here. I'm here. Are you feeling me? I'm here. It could be that little 5 to 8 year old.
I don't know. It feels different. Like,
does it?
Feels heavy, but it feels like something's going to be.
And then I get heartache and loss.
Like, pardon?
Heartache and loss. Could this be could this be something that's happened from a previous life?
I'm not sure. I don't know why. I feel like this spirit's missing person, and I feel like it's going to be solved. And I'm not sure. It sounds weird.
Yeah.
But I feel like if Jill may have like a very close friend or something, even if it was years ago as a child, or like, but something's resurfacing, and I feel like there is some sort of like.
There you go. Maybe my sastry. Do you mean sister? Sister, yeah.
So,
sister.
Is that like? Is your sister?
Did she suffer through all
like,
that?
Because I feel she's also going to get clarity of some sort, like comfort, clarity, and that's like.
Can you see my cards at the moment? Are you actually in this room?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where I'm at right now. Like,
not raised with me. I found her as adult.
Then she passed.
Okay.
So there's more to it. There's more to it.
And my guides are saying to you, this will come to pass, and she will know exactly what's going on when the time is right.
Yeah,
which is something you mentioned before. When the time is right, she will know. Yeah, you said that.
Yeah. It's annoying that they give me this, and then when the timing's
right.
Like,
I know.
There's something there. I can't put my finger on it, but it's very strong, and I got a gut feeling, and it was like something's going to be solved or like resolved or coming together. You'll understand. It's something you won't not be able to understand when it happens. I feel. She passed 3 years ago.
She's okay. She's in between somewhere. She's not where she needs to go to yet. She's in between. So perhaps that's the clarity that's going to be coming from that. And Jill has a part to play in this, but she's not quite sure what part yet.
There is something going to pop up, and I feel the grieving process is going to be able to happen, if that makes sense. Like, you're going to be able to finish grieving. Does that make sense? Something's going to happen for you, I feel.
Yes, Jennifer.
Told she passed from drinking. There's going to be some more clarity, comfort. I feel like it's comforting what's going to come up, and it's going to be able to help you move forward. But there is something that's going to come up that gives you that clarity and comfort, and know that you're about to be able to go through. You're going to be able to finish the grieving process, because I feel like you haven't got to finish that yet. But there's going to be something that helps you push forward and be able to help with that grieving, because it feels like a big part of you, but it's also, there's something that's going to pop up, and it's going to make sense. Like, some things are going to be, some unanswered questions are going to be answered, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Just didn't happen. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, Jill, I think that's just about it for you. Do you have any questions, Jill, before we move on to Tatiani? And then we will go to Simone's Pay It Forward mini read. Now, we are coming up to 2 hours and 10 minutes. I did say we were going to go for around 2 hours, so the next two are kind of like over our time. So it just depending on how Lockie feels. If anybody puts in any more, I need to get Lockie's consent to be able to do it. And that applies to you too, Jennifer. If you are wanting a reading, you just need to let us know now, because we will be closing the list shortly. Her adopted sister gave her shit from meeting me, so distanced herself. And there we go. Okay, so Jennifer's just put in her, I think we'll close it after that one, yeah?
Yeah, if you'd like.
Are you happy with that? Just close it after Jennifer Patrick's reading.
Yeah.
All right, okay, so Tatiani, you are up next. You just got here, keep going. I got a Jennifer. So many questions yet. Well, you will have them answered. So thank you for allowing us to read for you, Jill. It's always wonderful to step into that energy to sort through things with you a little bit more clearly. And Tatiani, if you want to leave me to do next, no, we are going to do you this time. We've got 2 full readings and 1 mini read to do. So we will step on the gas, so to speak. So 2:11 is the timestamp for you, Tatiani. Who is the wet dog smell around me? No, my dogs very rarely have a bath, so it's not mine. It could be Sonia's. She might have just bathed her dog. Lockie doesn't have a dog.
Nah.
Oh, I don't want to give you guys too tight. No, it's fine, Tatiani. Okay, so Lockie, do you want to take the lead on this?
Yeah. Yep.
Sorry, just you can't smell my dogs because they're poodles and they don't smell. Nobody can ever smell them. I tell you, it's Sonia's dog. It's got to be Sonia's dog. He stinks. There you go. Tatiani's dog needs a bath as well. You guys need to get poodles. They don't smell.
Okay, so Tatiana, I don't know why, but I feel like plans keep changing all the time. It's just what I got. Like, I felt like plans and things just keep changing. And I try to do one thing, but then feels like I may be drawn to have to do other things. That, like, and my plans just keep getting pushed aside. And plans just don't seem to happen. Does that make sense? Sorry, it was the first thing I felt like I put an idea in my mind, but then I just never get around to it, or it seems like I'm just not, It
does resonate for her.
It does. It's putting too much into others, I feel.
And not into
your own goals and plans aside. There is some sort of like I'm putting goals aside because I just have to do the basic shit of life. Sorry, I don't know if that makes sense, but I just feel I have no control on making decisions that I want to do. Does that make sense? Because everyone relies on you almost. If that feels like you have so much people that rely on you. I don't know if that makes sense. So you have to keep changing your plans or tweaking your plans to suit other people. And I feel like you may have the mindset of why didn't things happen the way I planned it? Is it going to happen? Blah, blah, blah. Like I'm saying blah, blah, blah. I don't mean it to disregard that, but I want to say my guides are saying this is going to be an emotion or a feeling you're not going to carry into 2024 because these plans and these things are going to happen. Yeah. I'd say look at 2023 and see your achievements. You've done a lot, like you've learnt a lot. I feel you've done some things, but next year's the year where the goals and the learning and all that fall into place, if that makes sense. So it kind of feels like I just so I'm just trying to tap more into it. It just
I think it's got to do. Can I just help you out here? Or can I just come into that energy as well? I think it's got to do with the fact that her boundaries are being crossed. Personal boundaries. Like she doesn't consider herself to be worthy of being taken to be taken seriously.
And she just said we're in the process of moving interstate, and that's another thing. It's like putting plans aside and all these things. It feels like you've put all this hard work in, but you're so close to reaching that goal, but it feels like it just keeps getting further and further away. But I feel like next year it is going to fall into place. I feel like you need to reflect on the year you've had and how you have accomplished things, and there's no more growth to happen this year. You know, like we've finished. We're in the void of between Christmas and New Year's, so it really is. There's no more growth of this year. So look back and reflect and think of what you have done. You were in the process of moving interstate, so look at the possibilities of what's to come with the experiences you have. All of these things, it's going to fall into place better than it would have where you are now. Moving is a must for your plans to end up bigger and better than you ever imagined, if that makes sense. Because where you are, I don't feel the growth is your potential. Oh, nice. It's hot. It's hot. It's hot. But when you do come up here, there's going to be these more growth for you than where you are now. So your next step is moving, so your potential grows even bigger. So destiny, that's it. And it really is. And that's it. Are you up north or Brisbane, Queensland? But it's going to be true that there's more out there where you move than where you are, I feel. And where you are would have stunted your growth and your potential and who you could become. So moving here, you're going to become bigger than you ever imagined because there's more out there. Sunshine Coast. Oh, that's north, a little bit up from me. That's good. That's nice.
I have to ask a question. Sorry, Lockie, I just have to ask. Tatiana, are you feeling okay at the moment? I just got this woozy, really sick feeling. You're not pregnant, are you, Tatiana? I just it's just come over me all of a sudden. Sorry, I'm going to leave you with that. Keep going.
No, that's good.
I'm okay. No way. Something's not feeling well.
It's going, I just want to say your hard work and your efforts are going to pay off for what you've done this year, even if it feels like it's being stunted or whatever, things are slowly growing. It's because you're not in the place where your potential can be at its fullest. Life is going to take you there first and then send you on the path that you need to be. So job-wise too, that's up here. That's what I feel why you're coming up here. So I feel like the plan, it's already there. The job's already there for you up here. I feel like it's, and I feel you wouldn't have gotten that where you are at all. And it's gonna have way more potential than where you live now. Like where you live now, I feel like there's not as much potential at all to what can grow for you up here. And not only that, the options you're gonna have, you're not even gonna realize that was an option. Like I feel like she'll be scrolling through job ads or something and think, wow, is that a job? And like you'll be qualified and you'll be like, wow, I could actually do that. Like you'll be intrigued at the options you actually have. My husband got a job already. Yeah. And I feel like you'll be very, very quickly into it. It's gonna just be, I see you just scrolling through like Facebook CCADs or something like that. And just, I see you taking your time as well. So not jumping into anything you know you're going to hate when you start, if that makes sense. So I feel like it's going to be something you can kind of find what's right for you before you just dive into any job. Does that make sense? I feel yeah, it's going to be something that you more want to do than a job where you just feel like you have to wake up and have to go to every day. You know, it's something that is going to pay off, like where all your efforts is going to pay off.
Sorry. Yep. I'm not jumping at any into. Okay. Yep. I'm not jumping in any job.
And she wrote into just then, so
into jobs. Yeah.
It's gonna be something, you know, you can do with ease and be proud and know that like your hard, like the work that you've put in the last few years even is gonna pay off, and you know that's what got you to where you are. So yeah, look back at your achievements too. That's where I keep getting.
Know how far you've come, Tatiani,
Mm.
because you have come a fair way, even if you don't tell yourself you have come an awful long way, and you've got so much more of a handle on life than what you did before. And like Lockie said, this move is just going to be so good for you because, you know, I've got the destiny card here, which is the Wheel of Fortune. And he was basically taking the words right out of my mouth. You know, you're going to have an abundance of, I drew this card for somebody else before. The abundance is coming your way, right? Because you've worked so hard for this year. You set things up in 2023 for it to manifest in 2024. So many positive changes for people. So many positive. What did I write down?
A lot of it is because they start to finally step in their own shoes.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Put their feet firmly on the ground. Like, that's how I see it for a lot of people on that spot. You know, that's what's going to happen.
Right, Jill. Good night, Jill.
Another thing I've noticed is a lot of people aren't saying like new year, new me, putting an expectation on themselves, which is a good thing though. Like it's a good thing. Living with the moment, like, you know, like not going to put pressure on themselves and then disappoint themselves. Like it's just,
But we can't buy as we haven't sold our house yet. Okay, Tatiani, they're telling me as you wrote that, they're saying to me, you won't be left homeless. You will, if you your house may not sell before then, but they're saying that you can always move into like with weekly rentals into an apartment until it comes through.
There's a lot of complexes up here, which you're more, once you apply for one complex, they have a house like available usually. So if you don't like for your first, I found it best, like it's best up here if you're moving to just jump straight into a townhouse as a temporary fix, you know, because they seem to throw people in really quickly. And then once you set up, then you can move on to something else when you have the time. But I feel like it's really good up here to apply for complexes to make sure you're guaranteed. So if time starts getting a little bit more strict, I would say just apply for as many townhouses as you can, like, because they will find a house for you, even if it's not the one that you applied for. There will be another one in that complex they will be able to give you. So that's just a tip I've learned up here, is if you need one ASAP, you need to do a townhouse. But if you've got time to kind of be knocked back from a few houses or whatever, or just keep having a like couple months look, then you're good to like apply for houses and stuff. But townhouses, usually you get instantly, like it seems to be. So if you have the time to, I feel like you have a time to have at least another month or two of just cruising, looking around, you know, and applying. But if time starts to get strict, I'd say definitely apply for townhouses. There's some really good ones with backyards and everything still, but you will get into one very quickly, and it's something that you could use as just a temporary fix, you know? But I feel like you are more than likely going to get something up this way. Like I do feel like the chances are pretty high. It's just also apply and apply and apply and apply and apply for every house there is. Like that's, yeah, until you've got the time to be able to be choosy.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Tatiani, I just need you to know that, Lockie was saying a lot of the things that I was going to say, and as two readers that kind of work with each other a lot, that is going to happen. He's picking up on things that I would have said, so I'm not going to repeat myself. Lockie was saying that that your plans the plans feel like they keep changing, and that everybody relies on you. But what they're asking you to do is to make sure that you stand in your sovereignty and make sure that you are being heard. Right? You need to make sure that you're being heard, even in amongst all of these changes, the obstacles, the challenges that you feel that you're going through at the moment. They're saying that it's not impossible when you open your mind to all of these obstacles and challenges. They don't really become those obstacles and challenges anymore. They become the lesson that you are learning, right? It's not so much of an obstacle. And to step back from that occasionally, just so that you can see it and feel it and understand it. Sometimes they're put in your way, especially because you've got such a huge move happening, because they're wanting you to slow down. Okay, it's not sometimes all about the negative things that are coming in, but it's designed to slow you down. Once you get this place to move into, then they're saying you will rest a little easier, knowing that you won't be left homeless and that you'll be able to find the right home for yourself. What else did I write here? I mentioned something about you opening your heart and open to the possibilities of what is going to happen for you in 2024. Because again, all right, I showed you this destiny card before. This is the Wheel of Fortune in the Rider-Waite deck, and you know what the Wheel of Fortune says, but you have to remember, because they were talking to me about anxiety for you, Tatiani, and they're saying that this is anxious for you, this is anxiety causing for you, this is stressful for you, this change. And yes, I understand that. If I were in your position, I would be stressed out as well. But, I would be calling in my guides at that point and saying, I need this. I need you guys to take care of the details for me. No, I know that there is a house there for us. I know that we won't be left homeless. Please make sure that this is there for us. Okay, so call in your team. Just pause in that moment and just understand it. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Teddy, I'm not sure about moving or the job, but the house situation and school for my kids. Job, just the house. Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about, the house situation. Okay. You will be making things happen for yourself. It's going to happen for you. It's going to manifest for you. And once you're in there, once you have that house, everything is just going to work out well. In fact, they're saying that you might come across these moments where you actually feel bored because you've been going through so much change and transition that the boredom will set in because it's been so like that. So universe, and I got my new apartment straight away, and the good job too. Spirit loves us. Yes, they do, Jennifer. Absolutely. Jennifer, you're up next, by the way. And then we've got 2 giveaways to do, but they are short readings. Okay, guys. What else have you got to tell Tatiani? Again, you've got I think I gave this to Mila before as well. You've got the positive movement forward card, which is usually the 8 of swords. This card tells me that you're moving from the rough waters into the calmer waters, and you're moving towards the light, and you're going to fly like an eagle here. All right. This is you directing the boat forward. You will actually, things are going to be working out for you. Lockie, I would like to hear what you get about the skin as well. I have to make this shorter, Tatiani, because we're kind of running out of time here.
With that, I keep getting also like stress, and I keep getting like it's
the anxiety,
emotions, and it would flare up. I feel without sleep, without proper food. I feel like it may be to do with the emotions. I also may have like my immunity seems. I feel like you may have you may be prone to catching a cold at the moment or something. Like you may notice that yourself. I just feel you may be run down in some way where your body does that as a way to say it's like a stress response or an emotional response or it's just I feel like it's your body responding to the way it seems to be so running 100 miles an hour is what I want to say. And it's almost like the stress is causing it to break through in my skin since August.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing either, at least it's releasing.
I say see medical advice 100% because we all have to. Like, sometimes we don't, nothing shows up in blood tests. So you have to keep, like you're gonna have to keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing until something shows up, because it will one day. But I feel like it's just very similar situation, I feel, where it's hard because it's also the only physical thing I feel is the rash almost, or the skin thing. Like, I feel like it may be a rash or I'm not too sure, but I just feel needs medical advice. But stress and making sure you eat, you sleep, you drink, keep taking care of your immune system and everything like that is going to work for you. Hives. Okay, yeah. So I would say some sort of stress response, some sort of response to your body stressing and being overstimulated of some sort. So keep seeking medical advice and push and push and push and push and push until it's completely cleared and you have nothing, no symptoms, So, and take it easy on your stress and your immune system is what I would say.
Yeah. Wonderful. Okay, Tatiani, that was for you. Thank you so much for your donation. It will go to good causes. It will go to good causes. And good luck with your move. I'm sure everything is going to be okay for you. Okay, so we've got Jennifer Patrick's, and then we have 2 mini reads after that, and then we're done. Yep. Right, anybody that sends anything through now, I will just be sending it back to you guys, unless you want to leave it for the next time I go live, which is kind of not, I will more than likely do my Fridays, but I'm never sure from now on, which is something that I wanted to do in 2024, is not commit myself to every Friday when I don't need to. All right. So, yeah. Okay. So, Jennifer Patrick's. Jennifer. Oh, okay. Don't want that one, huh? They're asking, I don't know this sacred forest oracle too much. So I'm going to be reading it. Jennifer, do you have any questions that you'd like answered? That came out disjointed, didn't it? They've given me the stability card. It's almost like I need stability in my life and I'm not getting it. Let me have a look and see if I can find it. Card number 14. I'll show you the card in a second. A Sacred Forest Oracle. Oh, you got that one too, do you, Simone? Where are we? This one here. Sacred Forest Oracle.
They're so bright, them cards too. They look like they have lights.
They are. I'm struggling with my daughter again. She is chaotic. All right. So that's coming up with the stability. That's what came through intuitively. Now they're asking me to read to you what the card means, okay? So I want to show you the card first. It's an earth spirit. It's called stability, okay? And it says it's a time to take measure of your life and put your roots down. I have those cards. They come with meditations. Oh, there you go. Okay, so it's card number 14 if you want to look it up, Jennifer. Oh, God, she had no idea where I just went then. Assess who you are and where you are. Make plans for the future, but don't act on those plans until you feel secure in stepping forward. So once again, this messages are coming through. It's not time to act yet. All right. Wait until 2024. 2023 is the time of setting things in motion, but the actions come in 2024. You will reap the benefits of that, but don't start anything now. I love those cards. They come with meditations. Oh, you just said that. This is a time of preparation and a time for going deeper. This card can also indicate that you aren't grounded and that you need to create more stability in your life. So perhaps if you have a tree that you like to go to visit, go and sit under the tree. Take your shoes and socks off and just sit and connect with Gaia. Okay? Connect with her to create that stability in your life, because you have no idea how much that connection will help you. It will ground you. It will allow you to feel differently. It will allow you to connect with your soul a lot easier. Pardon me. And yeah, so don't think things through. The book is saying think things through before you take action. So not until 2024. It's take time to plan your future carefully. Don't rush into anything. Strength is growing within you already. Okay. Okay, I need to find a new tree to ground me. You can also go out into your garden, all right? Just take your socks and shoes off. But I love tree hugging. I get the best feeling when I hug a tree. And people look at me as if to say, what the fuck are you doing? What happens if a spider crawls on you? Well, you know, I look first.
Yeah.
Security and protection around you. You are safe. They need you to know that you are safe, Jennifer. All right. If you're thinking of making a secure financial investment and receive this card, it's telling you that this is a good time to do so. It is not time to take risks. So again, if you've got this in mind, start doing something about it in 2024. What's that? 2 and 2 is 4 is 8. So that's a year 8. Which is also about, they also talk about the 8 as being financially more wealthy than what you have been. So stick with 2024, mate, not in 2023. The Earth Spirit provides the trees, plants, flowers, rivers, streams, oceans, mountains, and valleys, and supports us all with her bounty. She's stable and strong in her devotion to us. So what you ask, what you give out in negativity for Gaia, she gives you back in positivity. That is the cycle of how she works. Like the trees just take in that negative carbon dioxide or whatever, and then they give it back as oxygen. That, what do they call that? Photosynthesis or something? Is that what it's called? I'm not quite sure what it's called.
Maybe. I'm pretty sure there's something to do with plants when they photosynthesize. That's why you got to keep the leaves. Some trim back all the leaves, and they got to photosynthesize.
So the book is also saying that the seeds that you plant now will bring you abundance in the future, which is what we've been saying for the whole evening and what I've been talking to clients about. 2023 is about setting things up for the following year. All right, 2024 is about receiving all that you have worked towards. Not a scientist, but I get your message. How do you mean not a scientist, Jennifer? What does that mean?
With the photosynthesis.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. They're asking you to be present in the moment, slow down and let go of the busyness and the frenetic pace of life. So just slow down and take each day as it comes. Lockie mentioned that before to somebody else. Just take it easy with your life. There's no need to hurry to get to the end, because it's not about the end. It's about how you enjoy your journey. The book also says explore your roots. Honor your past, go deep and reflect on your life. They want you to honor your life. They want you to know how far you've come. They want you to see who you are now. They want you to accept yourself for who you are. All right. And that is card number, in case you want to look it up, Jennifer, it's card number 41. You can't see it, but it's card number 41. Acceptance of self. Acceptance of the light within. I'm also noticing this at your throat chakra. So they're asking you through my intuition to speak something that needs to be spoken. There's a person in your life that you may need to speak to about a situation that you're not sure how to do. They want you to speak up, use your voice. It will come through the way it needs to come through. So Jennifer, that is what I have for you. And just before I go into Ask Lockie, I want the people who are sitting in the background there, if you've got anybody that you know that would like a pay it forward reading, just make sure that you are here, because after Jennifer, we've got 2 to give away.
So the first 2 cards that I got, so with your question about your daughter, I want to say it's a very tricky situation, because you want to be there to help so much. You want to be there each step of the way with your daughter. You want to be there to get her out of any troubles, but I feel that's causing a lot of weight on you, trying to be there every step of the way for her. So the way I'm seeing this is this card. I'm looking at the picture and I'm seeing 2 footsteps pretty well combining together, 2 like foot tracks really. And with that, I just feel being so, I would say, protective. Also wanting to fix everything, solve everything for your daughter's happiness is causing a little bit of weight on your shoulders. I pulled the sad card. And it's almost like you're allowing her to walk over your energy in some way, because you just want to be there for her. Does that make sense? And it's like allowing that energy to walk over you, if that makes sense. So I do feel this is really affecting you, and how, and I know it's easier said than done, but I feel I need to let her walk her own path in some things. And being a parent, all you want to do is fix it,
Yeah.
But I feel like for your own sake of mental health, your own mental health well-being, like for your own sake, you do need to let her face things the hard way, and kind of walk that path individually, so it doesn't affect you so much. And it's so hard and so easy to say to someone, just walk away in some ways, but it is affecting you. These cards are strongly saying to me it's affecting you. It's like you're right in the center of her chaos, if that makes sense. And I need to separate myself. It's a thing. And you just...
I get it. I get what she's saying. I've been there. I've been in that situation. It's awful, because she keeps trying. I think the thing here, Jennifer, is to try as an adult, as a parent, not as a human being, because she is still your daughter, despite everything, and she needs to know that unconditionally that you love her, but she also needs to give you respect.
Yep. And it's like I see you standing on the sidelines, but watching her do her own thing, if that makes sense. And it's like, it's okay to take a step back and just say, but keep an eye out. You know what I mean? Like, you can still keep an eye out from a distance. And I need to distance a bit, because it is something that seems to be really, really like treading on your energy, is how I'm seeing it. And it's, she like, be on the sidelines so that unconditional, she knows that unconditional love is there, but also just like allow her to also face her consequences on her own, if that makes sense. So don't try to solve her issues or anything, because I feel like when you try to solve her issues, it backfires on you. So it's like the more you try to solve her issues, the more it gets taken out on you for trying to solve it. So she kind of needs to learn the process to solve her issues by herself, but be there on the sideline.
Well, I don't know if you need to give up.
No.
I don't think that is the right word, Jennifer. Don't give up. Never give up on your children, all right?
No.
We can't do that as parents. You might say it, but I don't think you're ever going to give up on her. She is going to come back, but she needs to separate from you at the moment.
And another thing is, if she does take a step back and look back from the sidelines, it's going to make her realize how much you're there for her, you know, and it's going to make her have this realization like, oh my God, like, I can't live without my mom, you know, like that's how I see it. So, but when you're there for her all the time, it's just, she feels she could use that, you know, so taking a step back is actually going to make her realize, my mum did so much for me, I was ungrateful in some ways. Does that make sense? So, yeah. So that's, yeah. It's isolating yourself. It really is, isn't it? Like it's isolating yourself and having to deal with the consequences.
Yeah. Just be the parent, because okay, so that my guides are just saying to me, put yourself in the position of being the daughter, and ask yourself, what is it that you were expecting from your mother to do for you while you were so angry and pissed off at her? Right? What did you expect your mother to do for you? And perhaps this is something that is repeating itself. And this is where it needs to stop. So you have that power, Jennifer, to stop that family. I keep losing that word all the time. You have you have what's the word, Lockie? I keep forgetting it.
Like a cycle.
Yeah, cycle will do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had so much trauma, and now this is good advice, but my mother rejected me too. Yes, but put yourself in you as a daughter's position, all right? And this is what I want you to do. You need to put yourself in your position that you had with your mother. And what is it? What is it that you wanted your mother to do the most for you? And do that for your daughter without giving or sacrificing your own feelings to that situation, dynamic or not. All right, the dynamics is what we're talking about here. So just make sure that you think about it from your perspective. So how would you have wanted your mother to have acted towards you? Because you're an adult now, you would understand that. You've been through what your daughter has been, what your daughter is dealing with, what you're dealing with now. The cycle needs to end, and you have the power to stop that. I've always been trying to do that, but just gets squared at. Okay, it doesn't need to be spoken about all the time. If she swears at you, then there's a lack of knowledge with boundaries with her. She has a lack of boundaries. So ask yourself, where did this come from? Where did the lack of boundaries come from? Is it just because she's 11 and she's growing and she wants to separate from you? Or is it because of something that happened when she was a child and now she's acting it out? You have, this is what I call, I don't like that word shadow work anymore, but I will use it in this situation. It's shadow work that you have to do for yourself. And as I said to you before, I've been through this with, I have been through what you're going through, and I had to be the parent. I had to keep reassuring my child that I loved them and that I was going to be there for them And when they were ready, the door is open. And every couple of weeks or every month, if I hadn't heard, it hurt like hell when I didn't get a response. But I still reached out, and I still held my own personal power through that whole journey. You have to be the parent. She has autism and early puberty too. Yep. Which makes it even worse.
Mm-hmm.
I have a shadow work journal, so I will try it. No, you won't try it. You'll do it. You will go through this, Jennifer, okay? You will. We have to leave the reading there, Jennifer, unless you have any other questions that you'd like to ask. We need to move on to the 2 freebies at the moment, and then we're going to push off because we've kind of like here for a lot longer than what we thought.
Mm.
And if we've only got one person, we will do a full reading and leave the 2 mini readings. So have a look back. Your readings, I didn't even write that down, but I think it started at about 2:40 in like around about the 2:40 minute mark. So just have a look there and have a listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So love and light to you, Jennifer. And, you know, I know it seems hard at the moment, but it is going to work out for you. It will just take time. And it's going to be quite the journey for you. Lots of tower moments, but stand in your power.
Mm-hmm.
Losing a child's love is hard. It is really hard on a parent. And the child doesn't really feel the same way at the moment because they're a child. We're the ones that have the unconditional love for the child, all right? We had the child. They are a part of us. They don't understand that yet until they have their own children. Okay, so we have either 1 full reading to give away or 2 mini reads, depending on who is going to say something. Sonia is the first person to say, pick me, pick me, pick me. She's only said once, but Sonia is there. Is there anybody else in the background that is not speaking up? Just let us know. We can't leave it too long. So if you want us a mini read, just let us know. It will be a short read, and Sonia's will be a short read. But if nobody else comes up, Sonia's will be a full reading. Does that sound all right to you, Lockie?
Yeah, no, that sounds good.
I think a lot of people have already left, and you know I understand that because it is the day before, oh well, 2 days before New Year's, but lots of people are away at the moment.
It's busy time.
It is. It is. It is time. Absolutely.
I really don't like this time of year. I keep thinking I do, but then it happens every year, and then I think halfway through, why do I get excited again? Like
Yeah, I don't.
True.
You know, the excitement for me is my son's birthday, you know, that comes before, and my daughter's birthday, which comes after. Christmas is just for my grandkids now, so I don't generally get excited unless my grandkids get excited.
Yeah.
Like, okay, my kids are all grown up now. I don't, you know, oh, mum's got a present for me. Oh, have I done it? Oh, that's it.
No, that's it.
I don't know what day it is. Today is the 29th. It's a Friday. So, yeah, it looks like you're on your Pat Malone, woman. So it looks like you are going to be, and I don't understand where everybody else is because there's 6 people there, but that's okay. The ones that are here maybe are the ones that have had a reading already. I don't even do a tree now, just another day. Yeah, I get it. I do get that, Sonia, because mine doesn't go up until after my son's birthday. And it comes down before New Year's because I don't believe the tree should be up after New Year's. And then I find all these people that have their tree up all of January and thinking, what's going on here? Hey?
That'll be me.
Yeah, but you're not the only one. There are a lot of other people.
It's too pretty.
Yes. Oh my gosh, look at that. Can you come and do my tree? I'm not going to show you my tree. You put my tree.
Did you send a photo of your tree?
Yeah, I might have, but maybe the lights were on at the time.
I don't think any photos.
Hey?
I don't know
What
if
do I
you sent
have
me
to do?
photos.
All right, I'll send you a photo, but I have to light her up.
Yeah.
Yes, Sonia is getting the full reading. Instead of 2 mini reads, she is going to get the full reading because there are a few people that are sitting in the background but obviously don't want one. All right, so Sonia, Sonia. Hello, Ricky. How are you? Our readings are wrapping up after Sonia, so it's lovely to see you here, but we are finishing the live very shortly. Sonia, I actually kind of need it right now. Oh, well, there you go. I'm happy I'm happy Sonia is getting a full reading. Yes. This is care of or courtesy Simone, who paid it forward for 2 mini reads, but because we didn't have anybody at the time that said that they wanted the mini read, Sonia, you get the whole reading. So I thank you so much for paying those forward, Simone, so that Sonia can get a reading. So Sonia, what would you like a reading about? I'm getting the word perseverance.
What happened today? Sorry, I don't know why, but I feel like she had something happen within the last day or two that's just kind of been like an inconvenience. She hasn't told me about it, but like...
Where do I start? Okay. Where do you start? So you start at the beginning. All right. What does perseverance mean? I know we have talked about a few things in the past week about what's been going on for you, but they gave me very clearly the words perseverance. Money sale is the old house. Money sale. So have you got the money from that yet? Or do you have 2 mortgages to pay at the moment?
I think she has both.
That's not a good thing. I know somebody that's doing that at the moment, and it's really hard. Really hard.
You're in Victoria, aren't you?
Yeah.
Just read a law that coming on the 2nd, on this year, the 1st, people who earn 2 houses have to pay double tax or something. Now
that's for a house if you own a property that you rent out.
So you have to double it, so they've doubled the tax or something.
No, they're changing the tax laws so that it makes it harder for people to own property and use it as an investment.
Okay, thought so. I looked at it, I was like,
they're taking the money from the people who actually need to or can step up their finances instead of finding out who these billions of dollars are in the big companies that aren't paying any tax. Go figure, Yes, capital gains, yes. My anxiety is going through the roof. I have 2 mortgages, yep. And Sonia, later on, remind me to tell you what's going on with a person I know. And I think I've told you, Lockie, already. All right, so I don't know whether this has got anything to do with it, but Sonia, they're asking you to retreat. They're saying spend some time alone in quiet thought, clear your mind and focus on your truth and your priorities. This particular card is coming up. Are you pushing yourself too hard? Yes. The angels remind you that the rest is a natural cycle in every living thing. Think of the mighty oak tree that grows in spurts and rests. It draws on nourishment from deep within the earth, and it takes its time before it grows upward again. Like the oak tree, it's important for you to nourish yourself. You're not nourishing yourself with this anxiety, but I do understand the stress load that you're coming into. I'm trying to give it to the universe, but it keeps stressing me out. Okay. Yeah. And they're feeling your stress. Okay. They're feeling that stress that you've got. While you are resting, take time to reflect on your heart's true feelings and desires. This is something that you wanted. This is something that you were working towards having. 2024 will turn out to be a year that is going to be a lot more relaxing for you because of the changes you've made. It's just because you're paying these 2 mortgages at the moment, things feel like that they're completely spiraling out of control. Right? So just remember that if you need to stop or pay less on the previous mortgage, then that's what you've got to do. All right. And it just means that you get less of the money that's going to be coming through for it. But you can't keep going at the same pace that you're going up at. I just need to read what the rest of this says. They're saying that you will know that it is true divine guidance and not just your imagination or wishful thinking if it speaks to you of your desires to make a difference in the world. And you are making a difference to your world. All right. So you need to retreat. You need to step back from all of this anxiety that you're going through at the moment and understand that it is for a reason. And that transitional period, that transition is the hardest place to be. And going from 2023 to 2024 is that transition. I believe it will be fine. I just need to know, do you have an idea of the month it will sell? You're giving me the number 3. Does that mean March? Number 3. Okay, so you will sell it within the first quarter of 2024. The sale, the particular sale date, more likely will go through in March. I had March. See, there you go. And for you too. Yes. Positive thing. But for fuck's sake, it's stressful. Yes, it is. So I had my eyes closed. I didn't read that until after I'd opened them, but they're giving me March. So the settlement, it may be an issue for you, the amount of time that they're wanting in order to settle. So it could mean a 60-day wait once they've signed the contract. But I'm picking up March as the final settlement date. Will we get the money we hope for?
It's funny you said that because I'm sure I said that exact thing to Mum, what you just said the other day, that it's going to be first quarter around then.
Yeah.
And it's going to something about 60 days. I feel the same. Like it's going to be like a 2-month period of limbo or something. Like a yeah.
Okay, they're making my head. You know, when you get when somebody touches your head and they're just sitting there, they're making my head feel, which is tells me that my guides are around me. And you said, will we get the money that we hope for? All of a sudden I thought, oh my God, yes, you will get the money that you hope for. I'm pretty sure it'll be around the figure that you want, not especially the amount that you wanted, but it will be the price that you'll get for it is going to be negotiated, and you'll be happy with that. Because Sonia, I'm seeing all of this paperwork on your desk at the moment, and I'm seeing figures, and I'm seeing, oh yes, if this scenario happens, this is how much we're going to get. If this if this scenario happens, this is what we're going to get. But if we get this amount of money, we're going to have to do this, 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 and this. So you'll have plan A, plan B, plan C into place, and you'll be able to say without reservation that it's okay. I have an amount which will make it all worthwhile. Okay, they're saying be careful with that, right? And no, you don't have to be greedy about it, but they're just keep telling yourself you are open to they keep telling me the universe has got your back. Stop fucking around, woman. It's okay. right? You're going to be all right through this. It's just that transition, that period of transition that is going to be the hardest. And they want you to keep remembering that you started the ball rolling. So, well, that's mean. They're saying accept the consequences of what you asked for and what you put into play. All right? This is what you wanted, and this is how we're going to be able to give it to you. But you have to accept the process as well. You will get around about the money that you want, but as I said, I keep seeing you having it written down, like, if I don't get that, I've got this. If I don't get that, I've got that. And you'll be fine with it. The happiness of this house is almost worth it. You're scaring me now. Why am I scaring you, woman? Mm-hmm. Why am I scaring you? It's positive. Like, they're saying to me, they're just saying, tell her to get out of her head. And it's this control thing that you've got going on. You always have to have control of an issue. And if you don't stop trying to control things, we're going to make it more difficult for you, Sonia. So let go of the control. It's a hard lesson to learn, but they said that they've got your back. Okay, I will get out of my head. Just make sure that you've got both of those payments there. They also want you to go to the bank, all right, and talk to them about your other mortgage, not the one that you've got now, but the other mortgage, and find out what you can do to ease the load for yourself financially. That's just a strategy that they said you can use. You don't have to act on it. You don't have to go and see the bank. It's big finances. It had to get out of my head. It's had to get out. Yeah. Yes. Oh, it's hard. Okay. It's hard to get out. Yeah. Absolutely. I agree. I understand. Again, I do know somebody that's going through that, so I totally get it. We are stuck in this mortgage until April. We are stuck in this mortgage. So is that the old mortgage or the new one? Must be the old one. March. So there you go. See, this timing seems to coincide. I'm seeing March as the settlement date. Lockie's seeing March, thereabouts, and you are stuck with the mortgage until April. So if, it's going to take that long to transition between one mortgage to another. And April looks like it's going to be it for you guys. Both of them. Yeah.
I feel the same. And one thing I want to stressly say is you need to release all your stresses you have now, because small, minor inconveniences, I feel, is going to lead you to shut down completely if you don't release some of the stress you're carrying, because it's starting to get overwhelming. So I feel like you need to release some stresses. Otherwise, any small, minor inconvenience to you is going to seem like the world's caving in, when realistically it's an easy fix. So I feel like this is where I'd say like a float session. I would say I need something where I don't have to stress. I need to you need to put some stresses aside. And this is the house you're meant to grow old in. It's meant to be. In a year's time, this mortgage issue isn't going to be an issue.
That's right.
You're in this house and you're going to be then working on making the new house how you want it to be. And it's going to be halfway there by the end of next year, I reckon. You're going to have a lot done to your new house really quick. And the process seems to feel like it's going longer than it really is. But then once it all happens, you think, oh, fuck, that actually happened quicker than I thought. I was just being impatient, whatnot. And it worked out better. But I feel like,
I just have to write you a note.
Yeah. So you need to stop stressing. Otherwise, the more, you've done a lot. I said it to her a while ago as well, is that she needs to rest before she moves. She did a lot before she moved. She needed to chill out for a bit and do nothing before the chaos of the move. Now's the time you got to chill. You moved your house. One house, you moved the whole house into a new house. Chill out and try to release some stress, even for 3 or 4 days until you get back to work or whatever. I don't know. But it's by the end of it, it's going to feel like it went really quick. And then you'll be focusing on fixing the house that you're in now, like to be the way that you want it. Like you'll be in that mindset way more faster than you realize.
Sonia, about your job, I don't have any issues with your job. I actually feel like because of all of the things that you've been through, you actually have more strength and power than what you did before because you stood up. You did the right things. You did everything right. I don't believe that there's going to be the issues that you believe there is, and you have support. My guides are telling me that you've got the support that you need through that, and it's almost like you have the upper hand. You have the ability to have the upper hand. It comes up as parenting in this particular card, but you have the upper hand, which is what a parent should always have, the upper hand. Okay, the things that are happening to and around a particular person at your work is something that they haven't recognized yet, but you have. All right, you have the upper hand. You can see the unseen, and I think I've mentioned this to you before. You can see what's happening. They can't. All right, so just keep focusing on that. You have support. There is no need for you to worry about this. I need this job. I have done the right channels. I'm just worried that they will shut down. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, all right, let's just ask. No, hop off, darling. I know you want to get up.
I got like brainstorming ideas and new things. I feel like you, like Caroline said, you have the support and upper hand or something like, and I believe it can work out. Just changes need to be made, and I feel like things are capable for changes to be made.
Who's they? Who are they that keep throwing it in your face? I'm being told that you need to keep your options open, Sonia. That you got this job, and that you are more than capable of doing any job you want, so long as it doesn't hurt your back, of course. But this was a really good transition back into the workforce for you. I don't believe that your job is going to end here until you end it. Probably should say here. Oh, okay. Okay, so you can just message us. Just use the messenger that we've got between the three of us if you want. It doesn't need to be something that is said publicly. But I don't, sorry, did you mean me for saying what I did? Or
no,
you wanted...
When you said who?
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. I get it. See, I forgot all about that. That completely just left. Oh, no, guys. Who is that from? Is there somebody named Zoe here? To say
she just commented then, Zoe Baker.
Where? Oh, yeah, there it is. Yes. Just give me a minute, Zoe. I just need to speak to Lockie. Yeah, the questions have been closed down for the evening. We are ending the live shortly. Okay, all right. All right. So, Sonia, I have one more question. Yes, ask the question, Sonia. Please ask the question. All right, you have the time. And we will make Zoe Baker the last read for tonight. But Sonia, I need you to keep doing something for me. Can you please, if you are going to stay here, can you please keep writing in the comments, the list is now closed. Please don't donate anything. Actually, I could just type that up in, hang on a minute. We just changed something. Is now closed. No more donations will be done. How did I do that?
I was just looking at that and I got a little bit stumped.
How did I do it? Oh, what happened? Take that down. But how did that get there like that? Because now we've got no names.
The name. Ah.
Oh my God, this is weird. Create a banner. Oh, it doesn't matter. We know who we are. All right. Okay, so it's not in the chat. What's not in the chat? Oh, okay. I can't find the chat.
With Denise, I'm assuming that's, yeah, Denise. She is, I would say, she feels busy in the spirit world at the moment. Not in a bad way, but I feel Denise is really trying to be there for people, other people. It's like she's busy. She's busy.
She's busy reviewing things.
And yeah, like also I feel protecting people, trying to protect people, trying to be there for people and their issues that they're facing with at the moment. So she's busy with some chaos that's around other people in their lives, trying to help heal them, is what I would say. She's okay, but there are some people out there that, like, I feel she's really trying to guide and be there for at the moment because they have their shit that they're going through.
Oh, that's where you picked that up from. About my sister. Is she around? Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't understand what I did.
She's resting from being there for people, but she still also watches on. She still also is still there for people, you know, she's still there for them, but is also not the way she used to be, you know, and I think that's where she's at now.
Sorry, I'm just getting a message from her saying, "Oh my God, would you stop worrying?" I don't know whether that's how she spoke to you, Sonia, but it was very loud. Oh, hello, pussycat. That's your new kitty. Hello, darling.
Oh, he doesn't like being held very much.
Oh,
hey, look.
Doesn't he?
Not really.
Hello,
hey. Look.
Is she okay where she is? Yes, she is okay where she is. I don't think she's at her destination yet. I would say, for fuck's sake, idiot, I'm fine. But that's what she's saying to you. For fuck's sake, will you stop worrying? I don't need to breathe. I don't need to eat. I don't need to fast. I don't need to do anything. I am okay. I didn't even feel anything. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't feel anything on that transition because I wasn't there already. Sonia, I don't know what happened on the very last moments of that particular time, but she's wanting you to know that she didn't feel that transition the way you thought she felt it. Does that make sense to you?
100%.
Does?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it was for about a day that she was finishing like a coma or like on life support and stuff like that. Like when they,
that got
yeah,
her
it was
annoyed.
like about 24 hours. She was pretty well out of it before she actually passed, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, all right. So she sneaky little shit. They're just coming in at the moment, and I'm getting a message to say that she hasn't finished her transition yet. She's still speaking to her team, but she keeps sneaking out. And, you know, it's like, don't tell me what to do. I will do what I want to do. And if I want to go and you know, be somewhere at a certain point, I will be. You're not going to tell me I've passed over. Just because this happened to me doesn't mean that I can't do what I want. So she keeps, they're just saying to me, she keeps sneaking out, but she always comes back. It doesn't say much for, you know, because I'm just sitting here talking to them. I always believe that you can be in wherever you want to be once you pass over. It doesn't mean that you have to be in one particular place. But they keep telling me she sneaks off. She just disappears and says, I'll do it my way. So just know she hasn't changed. Just because she left hasn't changed. She is there for you. All right, I think we better get on to Simone. Sonia, do you have one? Can I do one more? Very quickly, Sonia. I'm giggling here. Good. I'm glad you're giggling. I can't believe they even said that to me. She keeps sneaking off. I'm giggling here. It's like being back at school, they're saying. We ask her to stay here. She says, no, don't tell me what to do.
Goes off for a swim somewhere.
The classroom. Like, you won't even notice I'm gone.
And a good thing is she doesn't worry about the people around her and their issues, but she still watches on and supports them. But the worry and the stress about them isn't there anymore.
Yeah, because she knows.
Yeah.
She can see the now in every moment.
Yes, exactly. So she can watch on and not carry stress.
That's right. Yeah.
So if she's watching chaos, she's not going to feel the chaos, you know? And I feel like she's there to not necessarily help them, but just be there as the spirit.
Oversee it.
Yeah. So know that, like, she's not carrying stress from anyone's living lives anymore.
Yeah. That's what I want to hear. Stress-free. Yeah, she is. It is stress-free. Okay. All right. I see. Okay. So, Sonia, your resident ghost is there, but you have the ability to shift that. Beautiful. They're saying to me it's not something that you need to be afraid of, and you said it's not feeling scary for you, but they're saying that you have the capacity to help this soul move on. All right, and you can even sit there and have a chat with it, a yarn with it. It's almost like that house was somewhere where they'd lived for a long time.
George, I talked to him. Yeah, no, see.
Hey?
Mum's like, I talked to him, it's George.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Okay. So but you know, you can ask him questions. You can just tell him, just sit down and chat with him. How come you haven't moved on? Is there anything I can do for you? You just need to stay out of my bedroom because it's my room now.
I feel like she may start to have a lot, kind of just wander into a house for comfort. It sounds weird, but it's like a comfort. But you also remember no bedroom, like what Caroline said, no out in your bedroom. Like, I think this house is gonna also show her like that she's really is good at what she does. Like,
yes,
you know, communicating with them and stuff.
Exactly.
And I think
Sonia is that bridge.
Yeah, and her being more comfortable is going to allow spirits to be able to feel more comfortable. Does that make sense? Like,
That's right. Yeah,
I'm feeling
absolutely.
so comfortable in this house, so that's going to wear off with the spirits too.
Okay, well, Sonia, you've just said, should I ask him to stay, or can I tell him? You don't have to do any of that. Just keep going. Just keep doing what's happening. Obviously, just ask him, have you been here for long? Just bring it on that way. Don't tell him that he has to stay or go. All you're going to get from him, I think, is I was here first.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Like, you can't tell me.
I was here first. This is my home, And if you are having discussions with him, I think that's absolutely beautiful. I think it's gorgeous, and in fact, he may be protecting the home anyway. He built the house. There you go. To leave, I meant. I just say, hey, George, and I know who he is. Okay, all right.
That's good.
Just keep going with that way. All right. Just keep talking to him and just saying to him, thank you for allowing me to own the house that you built now. We appreciate it, and we will take so very good care of the home that you built. It's weird that you say that he built that home, because I sometimes go through the house that I lived in Mitcham, and it was one of the first houses in the street. And now, there's just freaking houses after houses, and I think it's nearly, no, not the eldest, the second eldest in the street, and in that area, because it was actually like a forest. It was very big orchards back there where we were. And my dad built that. And I'm sure that he's gone back there to visit that house to make sure that everything is okay there. So I think, in having said all of that, I think it would be really nice if you just say to him, thank you for allowing us to be the owners of the house that you built. This is going to be our forever home, and we will take very good care of it. And you are welcome here for as long as you want to be here, because I understand you still own it as well. I'm the second owner of the house in 65 years. There you go. I told him he can stay. Aw. Okay. All right, Sonia, is that all the questions you have? And we will move on to our last read for the evening. And who did I say it was? Zoe. Zoe Baker. And Sonia, if you could do me a favor, please, and just keep repeating it in the comments that the list is closed. Okay, I'm done. Thank you. You're so welcome, Sonia. Where is it? Let's see who's going. Where are you? Okay, I'm done with that. Zoe, are you here?
Yep, she just come in.
Where did that come from? Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm getting tired.
I'm ready and it's so quick.
I just got out of a bad breakup a week ago. The whole situation was messed up. We were together for 3 years, and one night after I was trying to communicate with him, he just, out of the blue, broke up with me. We worked together, and the stress is real. I was wondering if he has moved on to another woman or relationship, because rumor at work is he is seeing someone already. So he already knew this person before he broke up with you. I know it's not what you want to hear. I don't know whether Lockie's picking up on this, but I'm picking up that he knew this person before he broke up with you.
And I picked up instantly. It was this person clinging.
Yes.
As a way to make sure their life doesn't fall apart. Does that make sense? They need someone to keep their life together. So I see it as like a leaping to someone to feel like their life is still together. Does that make sense?
Like, yes, but it's for the wrong reasons.
For the wrong reasons. It's like a rebound, so that way they don't feel their life is crumbling down, or it's. I felt that, like I felt it was just a call on because I don't feel safe by myself, type of thing for this person. And does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does make sense. Zoe, I'm also picking up that you knew that this relationship was heading in that direction. Can you just let me know if this resonates with you? Because I just keep getting these hot flashes as if, the whole, not the entire 3 years, but it started to decline about a year ago, and you weren't quite sure what to do with it. You didn't know what direction it was going to take, and you felt things were moving apart. You felt things that were shifting, and you didn't quite know what to do with it. What they're asking you to do is, can you please find the lesson in this particular relationship? They're also telling me that you did everything in your power to stop this from happening.
I can relate. I can see that strongly.
Yeah. So, when you were doing everything in your power to stop this from happening, what you were doing was losing yourself in the relationship. You had actually forgotten who you were and why he was attracted to you to begin with. You changed as a person to suit the relationship, so to speak. I'm hoping that this is making sense to you, because this is coming in from my guides. They're saying that you got lost. I found out that for 2 years out of the 3 years relationship, he wanted to break up and didn't, because he didn't want to hurt me, but lied to me for 2 years. I did. Oh my God. What does that mean? Sorry, I'm with my guides at the moment. Lockie, help me out here.
That was when you said she tried to do everything in her power to make it work.
All right. Okay.
Completely absorbed herself into someone. Yeah.
So the lesson in this, Zoe, all right, knowing that the relationship was going downhill, even though and it's not something that we accept, it's not something that we want to happen. So you did everything in your power to stop it from happening. All right. The universe is acknowledging this, right? It is saying you did everything that you possibly could. But in the process of doing this, Zoe, you forgot yourself. You forgot who you were. You forgot what attracted him to you to begin with. This is the person that you're now going to find again. And the next time around with the next relationship, you're not going to repeat the same pattern. Is this making sense to you, Zoe? You're too strong for this shit, they're saying. You're too strong for this. This is your lesson here. Is there any hope for us to get back together again? Again, you're not going to want to hear this, Zoe. But that relationship has ended. And the thing I need to say to you is, if you got back together again, do you actually feel that it would work, or do you just want him back because you miss the relationship?
It's a lot of the times it's like they say the second time you get into a relationship with the same person, you fall in love with the memories, not the person.
Yes, exactly. Well, it's the idea of being in a relationship that people miss the most, not the person, but the relationship. Having a relationship with somebody is for some people it's vital. Like, I can't be myself if I'm not in a relationship. The Cancer full moon has told me my next relationship will be everything I want. So you are correct. Okay. So having said that, Zoe, it's all about learning to respect yourself, learning to be the person that you were before things broke down. Right? Be Zoe Baker again. I don't know whether you're going to keep that name or whether that is your family name or whether it's your married name, but they want you to be Zoe. Be that person that you were, and make sure that no matter what, you don't change who you are because of the relationship. Have some respect for yourself. It's your family name.
It's now the time for her to put in all the effort she put in this person for herself and to regain herself and to learn love isn't one-sided either, like that.
But also to love herself enough to know that.
And that's why I feel like she's going to grab a grip stronger than she has probably, I'd say, her whole life, is she's going to find that grip on like who she is. And, you know, like she already knows who she is, but there's also this, like, there's more to her, you know, and you lost yourself, but you're about to find a bigger version of yourself. If that makes sense. So you didn't lose yourself, you just lost the old you, not looking, and you're about to find bigger, brighter you. And it's also, I feel like your next relationship is going to be someone that like looks after you instead of you look after them. Like I feel like it's, this person may have been like very absorbing of your energy. I don't know if it's like very absorbing, and like you were the like supporter of it, and that's why I feel like he's clinging to this second person too, to get that same support that you gave. But yeah, it's time to
take back Zoe.
Yeah, time for you to get that support.
Take her back.
Someone needs to look after you. You don't need to look after people.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, you know, the question here, Zoe, is, okay, I have two things to say to you. Do you really want to get back with the person that fell out of love with you for someone else? And even if it wasn't for someone else, I have a feeling it was, but would you like to fall in love with that person again for the same thing to be repeated? Or would you prefer to wait and understand the lessons that you've been put through in that particular relationship and find that person that can love you for what you said, for being yourself? All right, so you've got some hard questions to ask yourself. When you said, is there any hope for you and the person that you were with? Oh, no, I would love to wait and understand and find myself. Okay, so that begs the question, and, you know, you have to be honest with yourself. You don't have to be honest with me. But it begs the question, why did you ask that to begin with? All right, that is one of those questions that you have to search the answer for. Why did you ask whether there was any hope? So he really has already moved on. I mean, who is the girl? I don't know who the girl is. I don't even know that it exists. I mean, my guide's saying to me that he already knew this person before the two of you split. And he is, it's weird because it's part of his lesson. He is trying to recreate that excitement that he lost in the relationship with you. So what he's doing is he can't see the depth of a relationship. All he wants is the excitement from it, right? And he's not finding it. So he's going to he could more likely come back and say, I won't use back, Zoe. But Zoe's going to be strong enough at that point to say, well, you know, it didn't work. What makes you think it's going to work again? I've outgrown you. I need somebody who can love me for who I am, and I don't think you're able to give me that. We tried for 3 years and it didn't work. So ask yourself those hard questions, okay? And make sure that you get an answer that you're happy with. You can't say, I don't know, to yourself. But this is about your happiness, not his. You have to respect yourself. And this has come up a lot tonight. You have to respect yourself enough to be able to walk away from that. And you come first in all of this. Without you, there is no relationship with anybody else. So find that relationship with you first, okay? Honor yourself. Honor who you are. Don't put somebody else's needs, except perhaps your children, before yours. Don't do it at the expense of yourself. Oh, I hope they're good crying, because you need to just get, you need to shed some of those feelings that you've got, because I don't want you feeling sick or getting sick because you're holding on to feelings that aren't yours to hold on to.
Mm-hmm. And it's like I feel like she's tried to give her all, and that's what she craves in a relationship herself.
Yes.
And
yeah.
That's like,
where does it come from? But that's what I'm saying. Where does it come from? It doesn't just come from that relationship. This is a cycle.
Exactly. And the more she loves herself, the more that like she's opening up to someone that will treat her the way that she dreams of, really. Like,
yes. Go back, search.
Mm.
You know, I was saying to somebody else today, and I've said it a number of times this week, it puts you in that position of never being enough. So what happened to you as a kid? Was it never enough? Did you always give too much and it was still never enough? Just have to, Sonia, where are you, Sonia? Just have to put up a little.
Is that okay?
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Caitlin, I give my all and nothing else, and he never gave me anything. So there you are, all right? Respect your own boundaries. This is what you're going to be learning while you're on your own. And they will be watching you, Zoe. They will be watching. And if it's not good enough, they're not going to give you that person until they can see that you mean it.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a child, nothing I did ever was enough for anyone. And I think this is why I'm clinging to him, because he was there for me. But at the end, he betrayed you. Yes, absolutely. Sorry, I don't know where that thing's gone, but can you put it back? Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how that worked.
No, I don't know what I did. I really don't know what I did, but I have to get rid of it, however that happens. But Zoe, so start looking for these answers. Start writing things down. Hi, Tracy. Write down all of the negative Nancys that you can do for yourself. Write down all the things that happened to you as a child and put 2 and 2 together to figure out what it is that you're dealing with here at the moment. I am never enough for anybody. Guess what? I fucking am now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm enough. I always have been. I always will be. It's just that other people made you feel like you were never enough.
It's very frustrating what other people can do to our individual self. It's very fucked up. So, but when you realize that like a lot of the issues we face within ourselves is caused by other people, you start to think, for one, you get a good anger about yourself. There's a good anger to have. Like, there is a good like ground to stand. You know, I don't like standing your ground. Like, so yeah, it's things are gonna change in like the blink of an eye.
Oh, they will.
And like very quickly, and she will move on from this very quickly, like all of a sudden. But yeah.
All the way to protect her. I want to have someone that I can keep her safe and that won't abandon her, and she is enough. Okay, so Zoe, you are the only person that can be there for your inner child. Okay, you, not somebody else. Don't look for it with outside of yourself. You have to maintain that relationship that you have with your inner child yourself. Don't expect it from someone else. It has to come from you.
Instead of saying one day she'll be safe, say today she is safe.
Exactly. She is safe.
Yeah. She's safe with you. You know, she's safe in your presence. She's safe in your arms. Whenever she needs it, she's safe with you. So today she is safe.
And you know, Zoe, when you said you were crying before, guess what? That's your inner child breaking loose, allowing, and you're there for her. Today she is safe with you. Absolutely she is. And from today forward, she is safe with you. You just have to just allow her to feel, because Zoe, you are allowed to feel. You're a human being, right? You are allowed to feel. That's why you're here, to feel those feelings. But that, like that inner little Zoe, she just needs to be able to feel frustration, feel anger, feel sad, feel happy. And it's up to you to just say to her, your little Zoe, that it's okay. I'm here for you whenever you need me. And sometimes you will find yourself, walking down the street, and all of a sudden you'll feel a little tug on your arm or your hand, and you'll feel like somebody's holding your hand. And guess what, Zoe? That's your little inner child. Just, can you take my hand? I want to walk with you. I feel safe with you.
Mm-hmm.
She just wants to feel safe. And you have to give her that safety. You're the adult. So I don't believe, in all honesty, from what my guides are saying to me, that you will be back with your ex.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I honestly feel that strongly too. I felt that straight away.
Yeah. Or that it was too much. Yeah. Absolutely, Zoe. All right. So no more.
So he's keeping a talent of hers away, whether this be like writing or just a very deep mindset. She's keeping it locked away because she put in so much effort for someone else.
Yes.
And she finds herself this deep
Yes.
cleverness part of her that she hid away is going to resurface. And I feel creativity, even this deep mindset of yours that you've pushed aside, is going to come back in. And you're going to allow for that to come back in.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're right or if your mind is just very deep at times, like where you can really speak on a different level. But it's like there's some sort of talent that she has with her words or writing, or even if it's like audiobooks, I don't even know, but it's like she has this talent with her words, or, and I feel, yeah.
Go for it, Zoe. Don't ask me, all right? What they're saying to you is, this is where the Zoe comes in. What does Zoe want? If Zoe wants this, you go for it, woman. I can actually feel the strength that you say you've lost through this relationship. I can feel it there. Apply for it.
Mm-hmm.
Push it. Apply for it. Go for it.
I think it's not going to come if you don't ask for it. Do you know what I mean? And that's apply for it, do what you got to do to put your name out there, and I feel like it will happen. Like it's in your hands.
Yep.
Really? Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. So ask for the transfer, okay? Ask them. You tell them that it would be financially better for you if you had a job closer to home. You love the company. Like, you put yourself out there to them, okay? You really want to stay with the company because you like the way they operate. You want to feel like a part of the team. I would love to be able to join the new team where the new place is going up.
Mm-hmm.
Could I please get a transfer there? Would you consider me as having a transfer there, because it would be a huge financial gain for me? Sometimes I feel under pressure, and I think that this would just lighten the load a little bit. Just use it to your yes. And because you know the company already, you can help smooth things over when the new one starts over. I don't know what you do there, Zoe. It must be something to do with the books. I don't know. Planning, organizing, production. I don't know what that means, but they're the words that they're giving me. That you can do all of this. Oh, I don't think I have any more for you, Zoe, unless you have any questions that you would like to ask. Yes, I can see you sitting in the corner. Oh, darling, you're sitting in the corner as if to say you're in trouble. You're not. Charlie's sitting in the corner. I've just got to take this picture because I can't.
So she works in a bakery. She does productions.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. Work in bakery. I'm all good. Thank you so very, very much. This helped me so much. Yeah, Zoe, please don't forget to come back to us and let us know how you're going with all of this, because we read for people most days. Very busy at it, by the way. We'd love to hear how you're going with it all.
Mm.
Right. Find Zoe and look after little Zoe as well.
There's more excitement living a life on your path at the moment than it is sharing your path, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think there's more for life if you continue doing you. And I feel like maybe if you do go back, it will just be honestly backtracking. And I don't mean to sound, I know that's a hard thing to say.
Repeating.
Like, yeah, but it's just backtracking if you were to go back, I do feel.
Yeah. Mm. This has helped. Okay, thank you. We'll have a wonderful evening. Get some rest. Yeah, we will.
Definitely.
Oh, shit, it's nearly 10 o'clock. Fuck.
Oh no,
Okay.
I'm just thinking that for you, it's an hour before me, so.
Yeah, well, it's 9 o'clock for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you get the picture I just sent you? I want you to see what Charlie was doing. She was staring at me.
Yeah, that's amazing. Oh, cute. Oh my God.
She just sat in the corner there.
Oh, just waiting for you, like just staring. Oh,
like, please notice me.
I know.
Notice me.
Like, what are you doing? Hurry up!
It's
been 4 hours.
Huh?
It's been 4 hours.
I know. Oh. Where are you, Sonia? I'll send it to Sonia as well. All right. Okay. Oh God, here we go. No, darling, sit. We're going to go, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So thank you very much for the donations that you put through for tonight. They will go towards a good cause. Anti-child trafficking has always been something that I do every month. I will be donating in January, not December, because there's not that much there because I haven't done very many lives. Okay, so yeah, that's where it's going to go to. So thank you again for your donations, and we will see you at a later stage. Friday looks like it's going to be our evening, but it could change. So we'll just, we'll do them when we're up to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to everyone too. Like, Merry Christmas. God.
Yes. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, everybody. We hope that 2024 is everything that you've worked for and set up and built towards in 2023. So love and light to you all. Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye.